Hello and welcome to another episode of, I guess Survivors of Fame slash or one of those hyphenated with the apostrophe like
Colon.
subtitle, City of Tomorrow playthrough. I am your DM, AK, and I guess we're gonna just kick it off with introductions because we're gonna just talk about how a lot of the role playing that we're going to do this episode. It's going to be a little different, is what I'm saying. So I'll kick it. I'll point since we're all on camera. I'll point, and the person I point to should introduce themselves.
Oh, okay. Hi. I'm Gio at Media Martyr 17. I play Amal Nakia Noches, the Hexblood fighter, mechanically speaking. He is a remarkable athlete and a community leader. And I'll say a fun fact because I'm addicted to fun facts now. A fun fact about Amal. Um, Amal once had a moment and had to fend off a couple people when they were like nine. Um, when they were nine, outside of the city during that time, and is more capable than they would like to be when it comes to eviscerating enemies.
And now, oh, different pen. There, there.
Is that in the corner, or is that?
It's at an angle.
Okay.
So that's you.
So that's me. Hi, everyone. I'm Brad, playing as Base, a halfling rogue. And fun fact about Base, there are no fun facts.
And then there.
Everyone. Hello, everyone. This is Marcel. I play Donbra, the level 7 Dragonborn cleric, Pachinko parlor owning, baby best blessing,
champion of the people,
festival float riding, boss. Okay, that's it.
Rose.
Yo, where's Ted's son at?
We're about to meet a lot of them. So where we left off last time was a lot of y'all were kind of fitting back nicely into your regular routines. Dumbra being carried off by the parade as this like man of the people, almost like kind of local celebrity of sorts, the people's champ. And he was kind of after a bunch of shenanigans that happened with Mary Jane, right? We named her the full title, or Molly.
Mary Jane.
Mary Jane.
That's a
I was
different
thinking it's
thing.
a drug. I was thinking it's a drug. But I can't remember
okay,
which drug.
yeah,
But yeah, with Molly. Just Molly. Just one name, I guess. Molly, who's also not so a remarkable athlete, but a remarkable athlete of sorts. The current city's champion.
A notable, some would argue. Just a notable.
After the former champion had retired, the title has been vacant for a while, and the city's champion was then eventually won by Molly, who knows Dumbra on a personal level, and they had quite a few shenanigans trying to impress the crowd, and in a morbid display, Dumbra really impressed the crowd, and then while the other two were actually trying to complete the heist that they were supposed to be doing, and not fucking around with the basically outgoing debriefing center that happens for people who go underground for the expeditions. A lot of tension was being built up between Amal and Base during a very hectic encounter where they essentially kind of got caught, but not really. They kind of handled it very swiftly. More of the conflict was between them and trying to kind of operate as a complete unit rather than the enemy that was facing them. But they escaped well enough. Pretty much, was it out of the front door? Could someone remind me? Was it basically out of the front door?
Yeah.
No. Well,
We
kind of. Yeah.
we went back the way we came
Opened
because we
something.
couldn't find the
We had to
Yeah,
pay off a certain person who saw us.
yeah.
Oh yeah. There was,
That person was
the
fully
homeless
gonna get
man.
choked.
We're stabbed. One of the
Yeah, one of
Nah,
the.
I would've handled
with
it
the two of
instead.
y'all.
I would have been like, close your eyes.
So, and then y'all rolled back to where the parade, which started from the Commerce District, which we call Asug, all the way through the Asim, the capital district, and ended at Al Hara, which is Amal's district, where he decided he was going to just go home to welcome the oncoming finale of the parade, which we're going to have to roll about how composed Amal was during that farewell speech. And hey, if you want to play a little improv, Gio, I'll give you the opportunity to actually give a part of that speech.
You want me to roll first before?
We're going to get to that in a second.
Okay.
But what's going to complicate this speech that Amal was supposed to be given is that he was welcomed back by his husband and his daughter, his beautiful family, to essentially an exchange student by the name of Miyaku. I should explain this. Gio, you can disagree with me based on the lore of the totality of the world. The Miyako is a singular title. We talked about this before. Jeden has the opposite problem of Bedr, which is that a lot of their history was actually lost to them, and so multiple of the higher families lost their last name. And me and Gio can work out some of the details about that later. But what matters about Miyaku is the reason we know that they are of the hierarchy is still existent in Jeden, where it is not really something, it is more of a populist elective culture in Bedr. So the way that they're given honorifics are gendered terms, which in the past 1,000 or so of years, or 500 years or so, hundreds of years, the society itself has pushed away against gendered terms. But honorifics, which are just meaning in honorific, remain for our ears gendered. So she goes by Lady Miyaku, but they identify as they, them. I don't know if Gio, you agree with this, if this is okay with you.
I love this lore.
Thank you. Lady and what's the male equivalent? What's the gendered equivalent of lady?
Like sir or lord when you're addressing
Lord.
somebody. It's like they may
Yeah,
be like
lord.
a lord of a place,
Lord.
but you would call them like my lord or sir.
Yeah, Lord. They are not specific to like their birth gender or whatever. They are specific to their kind of position in society. Miyako actually is not that feminine presenting. You would actually say they're more androgynous. And so, but yeah. And he was introduced to them in a shock and been told that throughout the continuity of the celebrations, and this being the 100-year anniversary of this grand expedition, that they would remain throughout the entire year with them. But while Dumbro was too busy being cheered by the people to notice any of this, someone did notice, some very official people from higher up in the government talking to Omal and his family, with someone looking extremely regal. Actually, like I think you're in the back of your mind, you're salivating a little bit about all of the things that they're wearing and that are on them, on Miyaku, that you haven't seen before, that it's just in your mind, they're so valuable. But Base is standing behind one of kind of the older houses in the area. It is kind of like in our current times, we would call it like one of those foreclosed houses where it's not really decrepit, but just no one lives in there and there's no furniture, no lights, no anything. And it is kind of one of their hideouts. And he's kind of standing on a corner of the wall, kind of watching all of this happen. And that is kind of where we go back to the majority of the city. So this is how this part of the game is going to play out. We are going to kind of talk about the certain situations you guys want to be in and want to find out about. And from there, those are where our role-playing situations are going to be. So if you ever played like Destiny or Guild Wars, you all know what instances are, right? When you're in a lobby. Where like you're not really in an open world MMO type of thing because we just don't have the time for that. So we are mainly going to be in kind of contained miniature storylines that are going to take us from place to place. But there are certain rules. So you are all currently starting in Amal's district, moving from here. Unless y'all find it more narratively fulfilling to kind of have a time skip. I didn't think that that would have been necessary, really. But right now, we are going to start in Amal's district. So your movement is going to be dictated by turns. If you're moving to a neighboring district of sorts, that kind of is one hop. You can still take an action. But if you're trying to hop multiple districts over to go to certain places, that is going to take your action. But of course, we're going to role play the story of you trying to get to that part of the city. Does that make sense? So that is one of the few restrictions, like geographically, that we're going to take. But for the most part, you're just going to tell me what thing you want to do at this point, and then we're going to develop the story around it, and we're going to move forward. If I need to speed it up at any point and move y'all a few days just to get us going, I will do that. But for right now, we're going to play in that space. But we do have to get one hard set thing that needs to happen for it to narratively all make sense, which is with you, Amal. So, as you're finishing with the officials who have introduced you to Miyako, Miyako introduces themselves and they go, "Hello, it is a pleasure to be at your rather unique, is it home? Is it establishment of work?"
Yes. Yeah. So, yeah, it's a number of things. This is indeed the community center. Also, I live in the back. It's one of those places where, for this district, for this community, there's this room is a number of different places. So we have little league meetings in here, PTO every now and then. There's this started off as kind of a boxing thing or an exercise gym, but there's also moments where we can move things around and have just open floor area as well. I'm giving a lot of instruction. Sorry, I didn't realize I was not informed that
She
you
is
would be
just
arriving
like
today.
she's just standing there very politely, very coolly, not coldly. There's like a regal diplomacy to the way they are kind of attentively listening to you, where it's like you can talk for as long as you want to, but they are not going to give you like a real reaction. So out of respect.
Yeah, I was like, I did not, to be honest, I didn't realize no one had given us notice that you would be here. So I don't really have a room ready yet. So we'll have to get that room ready.
So in they try to like hurriedly like say something as if they're trying to atone for something. They're like, "I apologize. This was a missive. This is on me and my contingency. We send a missive in the final days of the preparation to kind of make this appearance, and we asked to be connected with someone well connected in the city. We did not expect it to be so far away from the Asima. Not that we are complaining, but we've heard some incredible things about your history with the city. We are very excited to see all of its splendor. I also, and they sounded like really excited, as if they even caught themselves off guard by how excited they are. You're starting to realize a little bit, and I'm not even going to let you have your roll for this. You're realizing that they're exceptionally young, and they are vigorous in the way they're trying to show all the things they've learned by their tutors and all of that stuff in front of you, but it breaks a little bit every now and again.
Honestly, reminds me a bit of how like Kinsey gets excited when telling me something like about like the city history. Then I'm like, oh, for real? Yeah. What's this new math? Like,
yeah. And so they stand there and they're like, but we are very excited to hear the speech from a former city champion. I know that I've read that in tradition, it is the current city champion that does the speech. But your city champion has bequeathed that right to you. Are you? Is this something that you look forward to every year? They ask.
I mean, it is an honor. I was like, Amal.
Are you excited?
I was like, Amal
to...
shifts into that moment where like Amal is acting more official and like, is about to give the canned answer.
But inside their head, is Amal excited to give this speech?
Like when's the last time Amal did this? Because it's been a bit, right?
Yes.
I mean, one, this is the centennial, but two is like it's been a minute since altogether.
Your title of city champion has been vacant for a little while. So actually, a couple years ago, I would say maybe it was your husband gave the speech at the Hara. But this year it was supposed to be Molly, and Molly wasn't really a big fan of giving a public speech. As we were introduced to Molly the last episode, they only show their shenanigans around someone like Dumbra, who they've known since they were growing up. So,
yeah, they're a quiet type.
Yes. So they kind of came to you in a gesture of kind of respect to kind of help them out in this situation.
Interesting.
So,
it's interesting. Yeah. Okay. So I think Amal's thinking about that and the fact that like in this moment in the response, Amal is like, they chose me because it would be bad to choose the coach of the rival team to do this speech.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
But before I actually respond, I want to make an insight. Like I don't know if it needs to be an insight check or whatever. Of like, from what like my dealings with the city, do I know that they just like essentially based on what Miyako has told me, can I tell that the Vader is basically pawn this person on me to keep them away from it, like to be like give them they like push this person aside. Like Gio can tell, but like can Amal tell?
So this is difficult because while there's a lot of officials from the government here are strewn around the crowd, kind of mingling. Again, this is kind of like a tail end utopia kind of society. So there is a cultural thing of this communal thing of everyone participating, no one being scared. There isn't a lot of like security. There's the city guard to just kind of watch out for rioting and stuff like that. The two officials that are presenting Miyako to you, they're kind of just a ceremonial entourage.
Yeah, no, I mean, as in like, so I would imagine that Amal's had these moments where like Amal has submitted history. Okay.
Yeah, so because like, I don't know if these two officials that are standing right there, like were involved in the
I'm like less looking into a person and more into like the operations of
the city.
I'm like trying to insight check the government.
Whichever is better for you, I'll give you either a history or investigation. I feel like this would be an investigation.
Oh, both of those are equal, so I'll do
pick whichever you like narrative.
I'll do history because it makes more sense.
Yeah.
Boo. 13.
13 isn't bad. It's not that bad. Based on everything you know. from what you gathered from what they told you, from Miyako, what they've told you, and kind of what your husband kind of instructed you as soon as they saw you, like they hugged you and said in your ear that this is happening very quickly. And you've been prepping for a heist this entire time. So you haven't been around. So your husband has kind of been dealing with the paperwork that came with all of this. It's not that your husband is trying to pawn it off, but this is something that kind of like
It's my
brings
responsibility.
prestige to the Hara. Yes. And it is a part of your responsibility. And you gave your husband the permission to kind of do things that maintain y'all's image so you can protect the Hara. And so you've gathered a few things and whatever. From what you gathered, it is not a pawning off so much as a scramble to figure out something that wouldn't rattle any cages between the diplomatic, like the relationship.
Oh, they're like choose the safe bet. They're like
yes, and
Amal's
because
the safe
this was
bet,
last
Amal's
minute,
never caused a problem ever.
Exactly, and because it was so last minute, it's why it's come down. It's rolled down the hill so quickly. So it's more of a scramble.
That I'm the candid one. I'll be honest. Yeah. But the canned answer comes out first. It is an honor. It is, of course, an honor to represent the city at such a momentous occasion as this, and to give this speech. Yeah. So there, yeah, I am very aware of the weight of the speech on to the city, and sorry, you're not interviewing me. I apologize. Sorry, I've just it's been a bit of a rough morning. I had a detour that I had, so I had to rush over here. In fact, give me a second. I need to put these bags away from getting new equipment.
Oh, right. Let's just rewind a little bit because we did a time skip. So I do know that like when we discussed this prior, Base was kind of your designated like runner. Like once the items have been taken and whatever, like Amal is kind of like the hand, like the
because my storage, the center has the storage for the goods, and
but
like because last session you were like you ran up, you basically kind of still like had the stuff with you with this introduction.
Yeah,
so
that's what I'm asking because we kind of skipped. I kind of jumped, like I kind of just jumped. So like,
so there was like a quick reading, and now we're having a more formal
so like y'all can tell me how you did it. Was it y'all don't have Dumbra as an option? So there's no ability to be able to kind of like ask for Dumbra to kind of like put any kind of spell or something, or kind of like check these items for magic or whatever. Any of that stuff. Like you don't have that ability, but you do have Base. When you're running up the house and you see the parade is kind of standing around the area where your gym is at, like what are you and Base kind of doing?
I mean, because Base was a ways away, and we kind of already split off. Mm-hmm. So in my head, I'm like Base isn't really an option at this moment.
Okay.
So that like I need to just get the stuff in storage. So maybe if like this conversation that was happening isn't it, but like I think there was a moment of like, hi, give me 1 second. I just had this detour. I need to go put this stuff up, and like Emil. That's the part where like it's just Kinsey there, kind of awkward, and Emil's like talking to me while I put the stuff up and telling me what the rundown is.
Okay, I like that visual. Base, were you carrying stuff as well?
No, I dropped it off before at a safe house. So
at a different safe house, so not in the house.
No.
So you kind of showed up at the tail end. You kind of showed up and just saw in the middle of that conversation between Miyako and Amal and the official standing behind. Okay, cool. Okay. There's a beeping noise in the apartment right now. But yeah, basically. Okay, so Amal, so while you're standing there, it's like your husband is like, yeah, this has been 4 days in the making. I know you were busy with your other business.
Of course.
And so but the communications were very quick and very swift. And I thought, so we don't cause too much suspicion. I'm trying to have a low hum voice. I do not have a low hum
Oh
voice.
no, I understand. Yeah.
Yeah, but
So I would say, yeah, no, you've done nothing wrong, love.
so just to tell you,
Yeah.
the expectancy of this visit is a cultural one. So there's one of the biggest things is that they wrote is that they have an expectation for learning the genuine air and vibrosity of
Yeah.
the city.
Yeah, but the city doesn't want me to give them the genuine. It's the Centennial.
I will tell you, Amal, there is a freedom to what you want to do with a delegate.
I think
I mean-
Amal like the knowledge of it versus like how Amal feels is gonna act, like how this actually reads off, are like two
Okay.
different things.
Yeah,
So like
okay.
to Amal, there's still that moment of they're still like, feel free to give them what you want. They're not going like there's no hush money, but there's like Amal knows that like they said
Not
give
really
them the
are
real
trying to turn
experience,
my
but like
city
if
so corrupt.
you start just talking shit about the city at the fucking Centennial, that's gonna be a bit of a problem. Even if they don't make a big deal about it while the people are here, there might be some shit to pay in subtle ways to the hot later.
Mhm. And the other thing is, and I don't know why there was such adamancy from the Jedan delegacy about this,
Mhm.
but they want to learn about the expeditions. And the
Okay.
city seems willing to at least give them access to some of the auction houses and some of the museums to kind of understand the history. I do not know the purpose of all of this. We're not secretive about the expeditions, but the city is not shy about publishing volumes of books about every discovery that they make and spreading it all around the continent. But
Mhm.
it seems like they want to see the genuine article.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I can show them. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Thank you so much for this.
So now, okay. Yeah, give me your best possible performance roll. And
Can I get advantage because of my husband, since my husband's my confidant?
so here's the thing. I was
Okay.
going to give you disadvantage because I feel like there is a lot of shit that just coalesce
that's
all
true.
together that caught you off guard. So
Okay.
how about we split the difference, compromise, and just do a straight roll?
Okay.
Because
gotta
I like
put
the
two-
idea that your husband just gives you comfort and
Yeah,
ease. and
that's an
makes you feel
18
at home.
total.
18, beautiful.
Yeah, like
Do
I
you
feel like
want-
definitely he's like, while I've been there and in the energy and like him like easing out of it and like he's helping
Okay.
build stuff in because he can tell that like I'm like tense. Yeah.
So I'll give you the option to either actually role play some parts of the speech
Mhm.
or narrate what the speech looks like. But I will say this: as he gives the speech is well delivered enough and resonant enough, and Amal's voice as a person of this community strong enough. The Dumbra, unless you disagree with this, unless you want to roll against it, you and the group you and the group that is carrying you and the loud noise kind of you settle everyone down with you to kind of pay attention because everyone's kind of taken by Amal speaking to them, and you're kind of directing everyone's view to where he's speaking. Are you okay with that visual?
100%. Because I want the eyes off of me at this point. Yes. So yes.
Okay, I like what you threw there. We'll come back to that in a second. Okay, Amal, Gio, how do you want to play this?
Yeah,
Narrate
okay.
or give
I
this-
can give a little bit of it, I guess.
Okay, and then you can narrate.
Like I think there would be like some moments of like some leaving some history in, but then going like this city is a city of promises and a city of many layers of dreams coming together to form something beyond what we can do alone. The hopes of generations coalesce into this city of tomorrow. May we continue to reveal its past so that we may move forward so that we may continuously move forward towards that better tomorrow.
I'm interested in this in one reaction out of everyone. Base, as you stand there, I'm wondering, while he's giving the speech, do you stay for the speech? Do you listen to the speech? Do you have a reaction if you stay for the speech?
No, I go to find my criminal contact.
Okay, so you'll leave midway through the speech.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So you get this shot as Amal is giving the speech, and the camera kind of pans out. I've recently been hating drone shots, so it's not a drone shot. It's almost like a tilt shift up shot that is a crane. That is literally a crane shot upwards.
I love crane shots. So just like
crane shots are so much more beautiful than drone shots.
Drone
But people
shots
don't appreciate them.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, and then
cranes are expensive.
Yeah, exactly. And it's this crane shot that goes back, and as the crowd is kind of, you see them as Amal is continuously giving the speech, an entire city's worth of people. Like, it's almost not fitting. They are standing atop the hills and stuff like that, and they're all turning into Amal's booming voice as you see this one person in dark clothes. Are you wearing your cloak?
Yeah, I'm still wearing the hoodie. A new hoodie. Because I burned my old clothes.
Okay. As you see this like dark, kind of small eyes. They're small dotted eyes on it. They're not like googly eyes. I want to 100% remove that visual from it. It is these little eyes that are almost impermissible. Like, you can't see them. It's almost like they're closed, like almost like half asleep. You see him spin around and kind of walk away from the entire procession of all these people turning around. And so at that point, as the speech ends, I would like to ask this question very quickly. We did talk about y'all having a fencing business, essentially, for your goods. We're going to play a very quick mini game in the middle of this before we get into the storytelling, and I need all three of y'all for this. How did we discuss what type of business y'all run? Is it the bookstore? That is my question.
Yeah. I don't think it's I think it's something like, as far as like the laundry like front business part, I think that's in Dombra's field.
I thought that was my parlor.
Pachinko.
Or something in there. Yeah, because there's the
across the street.
Across the street where you actually get the money out from. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so break that down for me. So how does it work? So does Dombra handle the front, the business that sells? And
I see. Keep going.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay. And Amal, you handle the storage of the item before they make it, right?
Yeah, because what we established was like, I have the storage, and I have some like city hall connection a little bit, but like my main thing is my confidant. Anyway, that like Base it's the fence, so like it's the person that can like connect the buyer to the item, and then when it comes to like washing the money itself, it's Donbra.
Right, because what happens is the money comes to me in the form of, I'm gonna go play pachinko, I'm buying the balls, You get the balls, you play the game, you go across the street and buy items with tokens, essentially, which isn't gambling.
Nope.
So, yeah.
Okay. So from what I'm hearing, there are kind of 2 tasks assigned to each of y'all. There is the task of, for Amal's case, it is the maintaining and the kind of like, I want to say the running of, like the passing of it from the storage place to Dumbra's business. And then for base, it's the from the sale end of it. It's finding the customer and kind of finishing the deal and delivering the item to them to a certain extent. And then from Dumbra's perspective, it is the selling and the washing of the money, essentially. Okay.
Correct.
It's the front
Okay.
and whatever. Okay.
Yeah.
So now from there. So the maintenance of the storage of the items at your warehouse, just to know that the goods are still okay, they are fine, they're doing okay. I will need from Geo. There's not like a specific role for like.
Yeah, I mean, there are things that are you can have me roll a type of like a skill, ability check that is not a skill check, if you would like.
An ability check. What is an ability check?
Strength, Dex, Constitution, Intelligence, Wisdom, Charisma.
Okay. Could you roll for me a wisdom check to know basically how to store these items properly, what they need for maintenance and stuff like that?
Okay, that's not good. That's a 5 total.
5. Okay. Cool. Cool. Great. Okay.
That was the perfect reaction. What? Oh, a 5? Fuck.
Cool. Love it.
It's
Okay.
rusty now. Great. Hate it.
And when okay, so and I need to know how. Okay, so we found out if so. Okay, we'll keep that for the totality. Base, I need to know. Can you give me a good
We're so bad at this.
a
We really thought we
charisma
were competent and we're bad.
ability check? A charisma ability check to tell me if you're suave enough for the procurement of customers.
20.
Nat 20?
No, 18 plus 2.
Perfect. Love it. That is beautiful. Okay, you get a fat cat. Okay, cool. I love it. Okay. Dumbra, could you give me an intelligence ability check to see how savvy you are about running this very complicated
You got this, bro.
purchasing system?
Okay. I'm scared. All right, here we go. Oh, not 20, baby! Yes, dude!
Beautiful. Okay.
Like I said, bows.
So it's like
Okay.
that's wild.
Mm.
That's wild. He's like, hey, I sold this rusty ass shit, and we made sure the money was safe. But Amal, the shit was rusty. Part of me was trying to figure out how to get advantage, and I was like, the only thing I could think of was like, I keep my gym equipment good. I was like, that's not the same.
Ah.
I was like, can I blame my daughter? I don't know.
Okay. So, Gio, explain to me how usually when these heights happen, do you go about the storage? And then when the delivery boy comes along to pick up all this stuff, how is the like packaging and handling? You sound like the Amazon of this situation. So explain to me how you, as the criminal Amazon, would usually package and deliver these items.
Yeah, usually I would like I have I cleaned up enough space in here to have a bit of a like sectioned off
Do you have
area.
a safe?
Yeah, I would say, if we're honest, let me be honest, not just like honest to the five, but like honest to like how Amal thinks. Like, I don't think I have a safe that big, but I think what I do have is like a lock box, like a lock, like one of those big container types. Not literally that, but like that would be able to, that's in the closet of my office that's like connected to the storage room because space. But it's in there, and that thing is locked within a room that can lock,
Mm-hmm.
And I have it like that, but like I it's not like I've gone like prepared and cleaned it and stuff. Any of the items before I just like place them in there and leave them alone. But when it's time to take them out, I take them out and then I like mix them with like gym like like kind of like some like gym clothes or like some kind of like soft material so that like they don't, and like put them in the equivalent of like a duffel bag, like a satchel kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And so that they look like I'm giving somebody sports equipment or like a box of jerseys versus like crates in fine china. Yeah.
Quick question. Who base? Is it one of your boys, or is it one of Dumbra's boys, or is it one of you personally, or like Chatson? Who's going to pick up these deliveries from? By the way, Gio, is there like a kind of drop off spot, like in my
Yeah,
head?
there's a back door. Yeah.
Oh,
like,
they come into your house and pick it up.
I mean, my house is the community. My house is in the back of the community, like
Okay.
either in the back or adjacent to the community center.
Oh, okay. I thought
like,
you
it's
would have
close.
like a separate drop off spot, like a.
I mean, the storage is right here.
Okay. So
Whoever comes to pick it up has to not look sus, and they have to kind of like be exercise people, like
running
look like
to get
exercise
this
people.
stuff. Who's our delivery person here? Is it one of Base's boys? One of Dumbra's boys? Is
So
it
when you
Base
say
himself?
delivery person, what do you mean? That takes it to a
That
mall?
brings it over to you.
I'm gonna say it's one of my boys because I guess
Makes sense.
yeah, I guess.
Or Amal, are you involving your community at all? Do
No.
you have runners or anything?
No.
It's just
Okay, then
you
yeah,
and your
yeah,
husband.
it's my people.
Yeah, because Base is
Okay.
busy getting the clientele. So when it comes to like getting it literally to Dombra, that makes sense to me.
Yeah,
Cool.
because then
Like,
let's say I
like-
give them a slip in the when they transfer of whatever, and then they go hit to a mall spot to pick it up.
Yeah. So then it comes with a couple shirts for like the kids as well. Yeah.
Yes,
So like
yes.
yeah.
Exactly.
Okay. Cool. I mean, that was for flavor. There's a
I just
specific part
I
where
just
I'm
thought of a joke
asking.
when it comes to mutual aid for Africa, and they give out like the fake shirts and be like, what else is in those boxes? Who knows?
Because there are. Like, okay.
Corrupt CIA.
Base, could you? What happened? Okay, Base, could you describe to me how the process of finding a client is, and is there a secret once you get them? Is there like a secret code? Is there a message that they have to learn? What happens? Do you have a contact list? Do you have like a black book that you run through for people?
I think I just skim off the top, like a certain amount of money, and I give it to my 3 runners, who have their bigger boss, and that bigger boss sends me his clientele. So it's
Okay.
kind of
That doesn't sound so much like skimming as if like a very efficient way. Like y'all are paying. a
yeah, but
fee
I don't
to
tell
find
them
a
all
client.
in Donbra, so it is
Oh.
kind of skimming.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I already know that what do you say?
Okay.
I
That.
how do I?
He does
what's
the bookkeeping. You do
I
the bookkeeping.
I know that's gonna happen ahead of time. Like it's just part of the
Yeah,
process.
it's not like somebody's cut's being stolen. It's just like
yeah,
it's
I
just
attribute
Base
for
gets
that
a larger cut
when I
because of that
do the
business
books.
part.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, could you describe how that process? So one of your you pay these 3 runners.
Mhm.
They go to essentially the supplier. I like to call him the broker because it reminds
the
me of
broker.
this anime Dororo. So the broker, and the broker sends you a specific client.
Yeah.
How's that exchange happen? Is there a secret word? Do you walk them over to Dumbra's shop? Do you give them a specific like secret map that they have to take to get to the Kahf?
That's a good question. I think we just bring them to the pachinko parlor.
So they come with you as like someone a friend of yours that you're bringing
Yeah,
to the
or we send one of Donbra's runners.
Okay, that's good. Good.
Accounted for. That was the word I was looking for.
Yeah. So, okay. So it's essentially like you're paying off these runners. They're sending it to the broker. The broker is sending you a client. You and this client are kind of meeting up in Sanaiya, which is like your district. Y'all are coming up with a specific like, hey, this is what you're going to get. This. Do you present them a catalog of the items that they could buy?
I think the broker finds the specific item for the specific person.
Oh, okay. Okay. And they come to you and they're like, I want secret code item this. What languages do you speak?
Common, halfling, and thieves can't.
Thieves can't. Can thieves can't be written? Gio, do you know this?
I mean, you tell me.
Isn't thieves
Like,
can't
I don't know
code?
what the rule is. It's usually
mean-
like kind of like Carney speak a little bit, but like I don't see why it wouldn't be written because there's some places where they're
Yeah.
like ideas of like markings. Of like
Because
this place.
it's coded messages, so yeah,
It's
you could
coded
write it.
messaging, right?
Yeah.
So you could teach a specific coded message that is essentially thieves
I got
can't.
it. Like on Home People, there's like the different symbols of being like this place is safe for shelter or stay away from this place, and then you'll see these weird signs. It's kind of like that's kind of a little bit like these can't.
Okay, so he shows you. Okay, that makes sense. So he shows you that code with a specific symbol, so you know it's genuine, and you know the item he wants. Does that make sense? Okay, cool. All right, Dumbra, could you explain to me the? So Dumbra makes sense. He's the purchasing and the booking. Amal is the shipping and warehouse, storage and shipping, and then Base is customer service and essentially, I guess,
service.
customer service and kind of like, I guess, to a certain extent, like security, your cyber security. You're making sure that there are no lines of failure. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. So, Dumbra, could you explain to me the process of when you see Base come in with one of those clients? Is Base the one that's giving you the signal to know that this client? Are you like, what do you do? Are you sending them to a specific pachinko? Like,
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I think there's a certain section in my parlor that is, in Vegas you have high rollers and
I was
stuff
thinking
like
like
that.
a poker table or something.
Yeah,
like in the
there's
back.
like a specific section that only offers certain colored pachinko balls.
Okay.
And that's how the people across the street will know. It's like an extra layer of security because I'm not a random person walking there and be like, oh, I'm buying this with these silver balls when really it's gold.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then how do you maintain the bookkeeping? Are the pachinko machines like logged? And then when you go to the store to buy the item, there's kind of like a special thing that they add at the end of the book to connotate that like this item was sold for this amount of money.
Yes. So each there's no computers. So each like section, I guess, of like 5 or 10 rows of these is monitored by 2 kids on each side, and they just count the amount that
2 young adults.
Yes,
young adults.
2 young
Two
adults. I'm old, so a kid is like 50 to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
53.
Yeah.
53.
Item code.
Yeah, exactly. So they keep count, and then Chad's son is the one that goes down there to take record.
What
And
languages do you speak?
Me?
Yeah.
I speak one sec. I speak. Where is that? Oh, common, deep speech, draconic, and undercommon.
Oh, undercommon. Do you think you've taught your entire orphanage / work operation
Undercommon, 100%. Yes.
Okay, so y'all kind of communicate to each other. How would you describe undercommon, Gio?
So now that's actually closer to like a little carny. So like I think of undercommon a bit like a patois, a bit of like
I love that. Yes.
yeah, because it's like pulls from common, but like it's seedier. It's like there's like some seedier areas that do it when like it's not when you don't have thieves can't. And then it's also like literally from like underground people who were like separated for a long time and kind of
I love that because Kehev is a completely like.
It's like I don't know how much of that is
other
true for D&D,
communities-
but it's true here.
Well, other communities in Ghadan are, I don't want to use the word organic, but like Kahef is kind of one of those like built by one man or built by a small group of people type of community. So they have this kind of like very much divergent culture from a lot of stuff. A culture that they kind of invented themselves to coexist with each other. That's kind of what we talked about, right, Dunbar?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So I love that because it is very much similar to kind of like patois cultures in the United States, at least. It's kind of these communities that have had to exist in the pretense of other communities, but the way they have their connections with each other, they've created those through kind of evolving the language, essentially. And I like the idea of undercommon not being stereotypically, as we consider patois, a perversion of the language, which is discussing, but actually an evolution of the language.
It's a relexification.
Yeah, so I like that idea for Al-Kahf. Okay, so they're essentially using undercommon to denote like, hey, we got this, we did this, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Cool.
Yes.
So essentially, in my mind, what's going on, and y'all can stop me, but there have been one failure in here. So there is in the storage and kind of the handling of the product, multiple mishaps had happened, and certain items that were logged on entry and sent over to Dumbra for bookkeeping ended up getting kind of like lost or misplaced. And the item that's being sold to this client is the biggest item you guys received. It's actually a book. It's a very interesting book. It's written in a language. None of y'all speak Celestial, right? Yeah, it is written.
No, I was so close.
Sorry. It is written in a language that seems very, very ornamental, as in like almost like it should have been written with gold pen. It's very big letters, very swooping letters, a lot of like accents on top of stuff that don't make sense in certain places and stuff like that. I think of, when I was conceptualizing Celestial for Faye, I thought of it as really old Arabic, really old proper Arabic. I don't know if you disagree with this, Gio, for your lore.
No, I love it.
Okay, cool. So in that essence, that book gets scuffed up. It's missing a couple of pages from it. And it, but Base finds an enthusiastic client. Like the entire time you're walking there, it's like, how's the spine of it? How's the spine of it? Is it rose colored? Does it look as if light is emitting from its sides? He's just excited. He's like right up on you, Base, as you're walking, and he's just kind of like, saying all this? Is there a reaction?
I'm just like, oh, it's beautiful. Once you see it, you'll be in love. You'll be in love with it.
Uh, and he's getting more excited. He's getting like jittery for the experience. Who is the one that kind of talks to these specific clients, Dumbra? Is it you? Is it just you behind the counter?
No, I would say it's Chadson.
Chadson is behind the counter, kind of speaking to them.
Yeah.
Okay.
He definitely vets buyers.
I'm
For
so
sure.
sorry for this. I'm so sorry for this voice. Okay. Hey, what's up, dude? All right.
Wow.
I know. I
All
apologize. It's
Go
the
ahead,
only
that's
thing I
fine.
can do.
Surfer, bruh.
Nice. I mean, look, it makes sense.
Hey,
I
dude.
dig it.
All right. Are you here for the grand pachinko machine, my brother? All right. All right. Let's all right. Here's your little tag. You're going to present it to them two chaps over there, and they'll take some good care of you. All right, bro? All right? You're in good hands today. You're in good hands today. I promise. 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 All right. And the guy's just like, yes. And he just kind of skitters back there. Base, is there anything that happens? Do you sit there and kind of watch the guy, see if he's like about to like not put the payments in or whatever?
Oh, I just watch him walk to the machine. Chadson's with him, right?
Chatson, no, walks him to the back. The two chaps
Okay.
are the ones that are walking him.
Okay, I leave them to him. I go find Don, bro.
Okay. Don, bro, what are you doing? You're muted.
This is after the parade and everything, right? Obviously.
This is kind of nebulous in time. This is when you've gotten a chance.
Gotcha. Okay.
This is going to add a lot of different points to y'all for role playing stuff and stuff like that.
I am just in my office meditating.
Right. Okay. And
Great.
so, but with your natural 20, the entire sale goes perfectly. Pitching, every name is written properly. To a certain extent, you kind of save Amal's ass because the guy, it's so smooth, the process of it, and the guy is so excited and elated because of what Base kind of sold in his head that the guy just kind of vanished. Like, he gives all the money. He actually gives a little extra money on top of that. Nat 20, baby. Nat 20. He leaves a little extra money, and he's so excited and elated that he kind of like starts buying a bunch of shit in your store and stuff like that. And he's kind of very elated, and he just kind of scampers off into the night as it goes along. Before the role-playing scene between Base and Dumbra, I will need each one, all of y'all, to roll. Let's see. It was this thing that I wanted to.
I'm like scared of rolling now.
You got a 5.
I was like, damn, this book is amazing. I've ruined this book. It's so ancient.
I was scared.
No, we just talked it up, and Don, bro, made the sale go.
And then the nat
smooth.
20, I was like, you really sold that shit. I forgot about the nat 20 in that book until you brought it back up, and I was like, oh.
Yeah, I was gonna ask Don, bro. You got a spell to like disguise it or some shit?
I was so scared.
I want everyone to give me, I'm going to call it survival check, because I want to, what the purpose of this is kind of when you're running this kind of complicated operation, there's a bunch of like, kind of essentially like routes you have to run. So you're sending one of your boys to go. Was he noticed before he got to Amal's place? Was he noticed after he left Amal's place? Was Amal being paid attention to when he was putting up the stuff, and did anyone notice? Was Base a little too obvious with the client? I mean, he is walking with the client. Is it suspicious that Base is walking with all these clients, and is someone finally going to ask a question?
No, that's what I got the hat of disguise for.
I know, but
and also this is my spot. You don't question what happens in my spot.
Also,
I know,
but Base, you're saying that like you look different in different times.
Yeah, I got like 3 disguises, or with mine 4. So.
Okay. So
it's based on the total rolls of everyone, so I need to
okay.
know everyone's roll.
Yeah.
Everyone's rolling individually.
Survival. Okay.
Yeah.
No!
Am I gonna have
I
to?
got a nat one.
Oh my god!
What is happening?
Am I gonna have
I'm
to
out
say?
of. I mean, it kind of makes sense. The dice
Hold
tell a
on,
story.
let me
I'm the
roll.
least in my element when it comes to crime.
Oh boy! All right, here we go. Survival. Okay, 17.
17 is
Somebody
not
got
bad.
a good one.
Base, what did you get?
I got 6.
Jeez.
What is happening?
Bro.
Oh my
Okay.
god!
Okay, so here's something that I want to introduce. I have not flushed it out yet. I hope to flush it out at some point very properly. But Amal, for missing, I want you to go into your notes on your character sheet, and for your 5, I want you to mark 1 suspicion. And for your nat 1, I want you to mark 2 suspicion. For a total of 3 suspicion. Base, Base, I would like you to mark 1 suspicion for
Where do
your
I mark
6.
this?
In your notes. Just go in your
Okay.
notes where your character sheet is and just type 1 sus. That's why I named it suspicion. Right, 1 sus.
1 sus.
Dumbra, I want you get a point of inspiration with that nat 20 and how smoothly you've been running it at your end. The bookkeeping is perfect. You're getting extra points. Okay, so here
It's almost like
is
they run an organization or something.
okay. So y'all split everything equally. So 35, 35, 35, right?
Okay.
Is that true? I don't know.
No. Fuck
No,
no.
because the banking, like there's the banking, the elements of like having to make sure you said base gets a certain amount extra that base doesn't realize that they're getting extra.
I'm paying an entire operation on my end, including
Yeah, I
accounting
want
for the
to know
skimming
what the
that's
percentages
happening.
are.
So
I want to know what the percentages are.
I'm saying I don't know how much I'm getting. I'm saying base is getting the least.
Base doesn't really give a fuck.
He's getting enough. He's just gonna get he's not getting as much as me. I'll tell you that.
And yeah, plus base is gonna skim stuff off the top anyway. From
Right,
what you
exactly.
said. I don't know if you told them all that at all. But...
No. It's just that me, Chad's son, had this. We worked in the in this industry for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
Okay.
So what about you, Amal?
what
How
are
much
our percentages?
I think the conversation that we had before I fucked everything up would have been that like a knowledge of like what I need, of like what I need to sustain, and so I would need enough to like. I don't have a problem with it be like if
50,
it's equal,
30,
it's equal.
20.
40, 30, 15.
What?
And the rest is operational cost.
I might change this.
I mean, I got to
now.
deal with the clientele, and you get to fucking fuck up your storage. Come on.
I
now.
mean, I don't listen. I'm not paying.
I'm getting not less. I'm not
but
getting less than 40.
Okay,
Y'all
I was
can
like,
do what you
I'm
want.
not paying a whole. I was saying 40 for you. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not paying a whole organization, but I am trying to keep
Okay.
an
I
entire.
don't think this
community
should be like a fight. I don't want it to be a fight. I just want it to be what makes sense for y'all narrative.
I'm getting
So if
20
y'all-
and skimming off 5% to pay the broker.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean,
And that 5%
if
comes
y'all
out of
want-
Amal's cut. So
Yeah.
we can figure it out later, and y'all can like come up with the percentages. It's mainly
I was like, I feel like it
flavor.
would have been like to me. This was like a little bit of like meta RP for a second because
yeah,
I was like,
it was. It was.
I got a whole
Yeah.
community on my back, and I can't
don't
help.
care.
it. They can't help.
I mean, wait, hold on. Stop. This is mostly for flavor stuff. So later y'all can come up with the percentages and make it make sense within like, and just think of your characters. Like, what do they care about the most? What do they don't care about? What do they need out of the percentages? Like, what would incentivize someone like that to jump into an operation like this, like a crew like this? So like, just maintain those. Don't make it about like who's better than who or whatever. But the other thing is, it just so what y'all have gotten, and I'm gonna keep it really simple. because I can't think of exactly the math of the worth of every item that's been discovered by Radan at this point in time. But we will say y'all received 6 platinum. I don't know. Is that a lot? Is that a good hefty amount? I want it to be a hefty amount here.
No, I wouldn't say. Yeah, because 6 platinum is just 60 gold. So.
Oh no, never mind.
No.
I need a number
about,
that's hefty.
You want to think about hundreds.
100 gold. That's easy. We fucked up. We
no,
fucked up
100 gold is
heist.
not a lot either.
We
fucked up
Platinum
the
is
heist,
more
though.
than
Y'all
platinum.
did
item was
steal a
one
lot
that-
of items. Y'all did steal a lot of
Oh,
items.
I stole a shit.
Oh, that's true. That's
Yeah,
true.
like if you're thinking of platinum, it would
That's
be in
true.
the
I
hundreds
forgot about
because
that.
that would be thousands of gold.
So let's say 600 platinum is what y'all got.
Okay.
So an even split between the three of y'all would be 200. Just giving y'all that option to just evenly split it and call it a day, but y'all can make it work within the parameters.
So that's
of your
60,000 gold.
That is
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on.
No.
600 platinum
that's 6,000.
is 6,000 gold.
It's 10 gold per platinum.
Yeah.
So it'd be
okay.
2,000 each.
Yeah.
Got it.
By the way, gold in general, as it's used and maintained in this world, is just for like a lot of times it's just for operational costs, for admin costs and stuff like that. So it's essentially just like getting new equipment for your place, buying yourself like certain clothes and whatever. It doesn't really give you any status. It just allows you to have certain things.
Yeah, it
that you
doesn't
might
change
need.
anything about our situation.
Yeah, and it's mostly for luxury experiences and stuff like that. And the other thing you guys get is, I'm surprised none of y'all asked me about what suspicion is.
No, you said you were still working on it. So
Don't-
I was
Yeah,
like,
but I have a general idea.
What is
And
it?
I
mean,
and
I
my
can
brain-
assume what it is.
yeah, and my brain, because you're talking about getting caught and stuff, and my brain also thought about like in Vampire the Masquerade, there's like a little bit of a ticker about like scaling how endangered the maintaining the masquerade is of like vampires not existing in the world. And so I thought of that, of being like, okay, like I might be fucked. I might have truly fucked up the whole routine. Like,
This one is a little weird. I don't feel like it's appropriate for me at this point, but y'all could disagree to make a roll for it. But based on your performance throughout this heist, out of a score of 5, what would you give yourselves
individually or total?
as a team, as a heist group? Your heist,
On the
how
last
clean
heist.
you were? Yes, this
3.
particular 3.
I'll go with 3.
We got items. We didn't
got
close.
the items. One
We didn't-
person,
we didn't
nobody
finish.
died. No,
Base?
well, none of us died. There's argument though.
Say it 2.
2. Okay.
It's actually
Uh,
nice because I was gonna say 2.5 originally.
So based on the score, unless y'all want to roll for it and make it random, but based on your natural assessment, I would say y'all get 1 rep as a crew. Whoever wants to maintain a sheet for the crew, as a crew, you get 1 rep. Rep is not about like your exposure to the world. That's suspicion. Rep is about kind of like other people who work in your business, in your shady underground industries. That is what builds you essentially your reputation in that. So you don't get fucked with, and also you can get what you need when you can get it. Y'all could have gotten up to a possible of like 3. So 1 isn't super bad, by the way. With 1, y'all, it's going to take convincing for people to come on your side. And with a 1 reputation, there's a lot more potential that if you are willing to fuck with other people's business, or even kind of not be amicable to other people's offers, that people will fuck with your business more often. With a 2, generally, it's a very good faith argument. You probably don't have to even roll persuasion or whatever to get the underground to work with you. and you will only get fucked with if you fuck with somebody. On a 3, you're kingpins in this city. Like that should have been like, if I got an all 5s out of y'all for like, that was a perfect heist. Y'all, if y'all got in 3 reputation, your reputation can go down to negatives, which is basically you're unhireable.
Oh, okay.
And you can remove suspicion depending on how you play your contacts properly. And so, yeah, that's just an added thing when you come into the role-playing segment of it. I am getting the vibe that once the sale has happened and the parade is over and all of that stuff has dissipated and whatever, the first scene you want to like narratively pursue right now is with Dumbra in the.
Well, before that, I want to visit my criminal contact.
Oh, okay. So I guess I'll include Dumbra as just a narration, like a role play between y'all during this mini game, and then we'll jump back into.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you and Dumbra can talk about whatever you want to.
Donra, can we take a minute
Sure.
somewhere quiet?
I'm in my office. So
Okay.
you came into my office.
I'll just shut the door.
Okay.
I'll be right back, guys.
Mind if I sit?
Sure.
Okay. That didn't go well.
No, it did not.
Before this, so right after that, I had to pay 500 gold to take care of those 3 guards that Amal left alive. So they won't be catching us, but your man's morality is going to get us killed in the square.
I'm inclined to agree with you, because who's to say that they won't talk with their gold anyways? And I raised everyone else here, and as well that, gold isn't everything. Reputation is. And if our reputation is being soft, it's not going to work out good for everyone else. Now, that being said, I don't think we should be seen as murderers and, genociders. I think we need to find a balance, especially in this thieving game we're in. So I understand your concern, and I'll talk to Amal when I see him.
Okay.
Then.
That was basically it. I want to let you know, though.
Okay. No, thank you for bringing it to my attention. I mean, I was there, but kind of. But
saw you in the parade.
I heard.
Nice.
Anyways, okay, we're done here.
I do have another question, though. If you'll
go ahead.
grant me. If you'll grant me,
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah, go for it.
What's your play here, Donbra?
My play?
What's your overall goal?
My goal is to keep operations running here for the.
Oh, you got bigger goals than that.
I don't. My life's goal is to make sure that the people who, or the children that are in this district are taken care of. Because when I got here, that was not the case. And honestly, I've made it my life's goal because I've kind of been forced to. But if any of this leaks or gets out, me and you will be up in the town square, like I said. I have been doing this for 50 years. If anyone's in the town square, it's going to be you. Now, I don't want that to happen.
No kidding.
And I'm going to do what I need to do to make sure it doesn't happen. But don't get it confused.
You ever think of political ambitions, maybe?
No. I have a friend that was standing where you're standing who's doing that, and I don't need to. My place is here in the parlor in this district. You may leave.
All right.
But hey, right before you head out, hey, good job, though.
Yeah, I never had bad jobs, and I walk out.
Okay, perfect. Okay, that is the mini game. Now, for the role play / investigation section, um, y'all will all start. Y'all have your suspicions now from when we look certain roles and whatever, but y'all, all three of y'all, start with essentially 3 personal reputation points, or at least status points, let's call them, with 3 status points. Those are basically like the view of the larger city of y'all. It's kind of like, in RPG games, there's like the happiness meter. And if the happiness meter goes wrong, so all of y'all start with 3 status. When you do things that are kind of considered like way too aggressive or obviously criminal in front of everybody or whatever, your status points will go down. Brad, for you, you get to keep your 3 statuses because I think it's fair. But if you want to like be like, no, base narratively would make sense with like less, and if you want, you could start with 2. I mean, I'm giving you the option to not to
I'll keep
basically
it 3
not.
status. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah, I thought so. But I assume that like at this point in time, like you have 3 status because no one is looking for you. Like no one is looking for you. Like no one is like thinking like, oh, what are these like little punks in Alsanaya doing, right?
No, I'm a shadow.
Yeah, exactly. So, but if you become more obvious, and this is dependent on y'all. Like if Amal breaks his morality, that's how his status goes down. If Base breaks his if he like becomes more like belligerent and obvious to everybody, that's how he loses his status. If Dumbra isn't kind of being a leader to his community and either acting in certain ways where it's essentially what Base insinuated, that he might want more things that are selfishly whatever, that's kind of how he would lose status. Does that make sense? So it's dependent on what y'all have given me based on your characters. Okay. So now that we're back after the parade, the first one who left is Brad. Brad, what district are you jumping to get to your criminal contact? Are you going back to your home district?
No, I just go Donbras.
To Al-Kahf?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I need to be because I met with him after I met with my contact.
Oh, okay. Okay. So, okay, perfect. So describe to me, like, just help me out here. Where do you think you would meet this contact of yours? Are you sending him a signal? Is there a time and place? Like you were like, oh, at the end of the parade, when the parade is over, we're gonna.
This is kind of an emergency meeting, so it's one of those where they kind of got eyes all over the place in Donbras district, so I just go and sit at a bus stop. So it's not obvious of anything, but that's kind of the signal.
That I need a meeting right now.
Yeah.
What's your intention from this meeting? What are you trying to discover here?
So basically, like I told Donbra, I basically paid 500 gold to the runner to tell my contact that 3 guards were left alive and they possibly saw Amal's face, and that needs to be taken care of right away.
Okay. So to explain what happens now with sorry, I'm introducing all these point systems, but I like them because they're going to help us give y'all advantages and disadvantages later down the line that y'all are going to have to live with. So in your conversation with this person, there's a total of 3 knowledge points that you can collect. Depending on how the conversation goes and what type of answers you're looking for as it pertains to what you're trying to seek or what you're trying to get out of it, those knowledge points will be presented to you, right? So failed rolls are definitely not a knowledge point. But if you succeed in a roll and know exactly which direction to take the conversation in, you could get a knowledge.
Okay.
You could gain information from the conversation on your own that you can use later down the line to do something creative, but that doesn't mean that it will get you a knowledge point. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What do you know? What is there a code name for your contact?
No, we don't use names.
Just the contact.
Just a contact.
Do they usually dress in any specific way?
No, just normal. Kind of normal wear that you'd see out in Dombra's
So
district.
street
Depending on
wear.
what district I'm in, they'll be wearing that.
I love this.
outfit.
This person sounds like a ghost. Okay.
Yeah.
Is there a way for y'all to know that y'all are talking to each other at this point? Because you also have disguises. There has to be a code word or something.
So basically, in Thieves Can't, we'll say something. I'll be sitting on the bus and he'll say something in Thieves Can, or just say a random sentence like, weather was beautiful out on the beach today. And that'll be like a keyword or key sentence phrase.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. All right. Let's. So you're sitting. I had another question for you, but I'm forgetting what it is, so it doesn't fucking matter. But okay. So you're sitting at this essentially like carriage stop where like these like public transport carriages are coming. You notice that like some of the carriages that are passing and stopping by are brand new, shiny. You know that like some of those wheels and some of those wheels, some of that wood furnishing isn't the classic one that you grew up with. But then kind of right before your contact arrives, one carriage stops by to pick up people. And it's one of the older models. It's one of those older ones. You start to recognize the wheels specifically. And you start to you're basically getting nostalgic. And in that moment, when these moments happen, when like you see the craftsmanship of your old district, does Base get any feelings or emotions? Does he start to reminisce ever? Is there any memories that pop up?
Yeah, I would say so. Of a better time, of a time where he wasn't surviving every day. But as soon as that carriage leaves, those feelings just fade right there.
Right,
because he's got to go back to just being a survivor.
Yeah, as soon as that carriage passes by and kind of your head is like following it, as soon as your head comes back, your contact is right there. And in Thieves' Cant, he says, I'm trying to figure out a voice.
Need a lozenge?
I love it. I'm sorry. I love those old reels. They remind me of a better time. This voice is going to hurt. God, this conversation is going to hurt.
Well, why don't you have a seat and wait for the next one?
Yeah. So, what brings you? Oh God, I can't do this voice. I'm not gonna.
We'll just act like you're.
Hard to do for
you're the
anybody.
Cookie Monster. We got it.
You're a smoker. That's gonna ruin you for life.
That's a hard voice. That is why did I decide on that hard voice? It's just I'm thinking of like. Did y'all ever watch the '90s Batman with I don't. Do y'all remember Croc? Do y'all remember Killer Croc in it?
Mm.
He was like an old-timey boxer in the cartoon. That's the voice I'm trying to go for. Yeah, like an old-timey like Deep Throat from like the Watergate scandal.
Oh, like somebody who's a cigar smoker.
You're trying to go for Claw from Inspector Gadget, the anime.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes, 100%. But okay, let's imagine I'm doing that voice. So what brings you to the carriage stops?
Waiting on 3 passengers.
Are they wayward?
They are, and it may end poorly for quite a few of us.
So they're not lost souls.
They should be, or could be.
This is dangerous business you're in.
Dangerous business calls for, I guess, great treasures, right? And I slide over a bag.
I'm imagining just like Forrest Gump, like just you're sitting at opposite ends of it. So
Mama always said.
yeah. So no one is paying attention really. Actually, for the purposes of this, just for the sake of it, could you give me a stealth check?
Sure.
Just a general stealth check.
26.
Perfect. Love it. Yeah. And no one pays attention. He kind of very swiftly, like, seems like he is like putting a cigarette out, drops the cigarette, fucking back palms the fucking bag, and it vanishes behind his coat. It's almost like magic. It's like one slight movement. It's like watching Penn and Teller do a magic trick. And he says, so what are you seeking around? What are you seeking from these souls?
Well, I think it's time for them to cash in at the bank.
And what are you seeking from this particular teller?
I believe you're the one to lead them.
Okay. I see where you're trying to go with this. Huh. That's a business proposition I think we can find someone very suitable for. Is there anything else you specifically want to find out, knowledge based on this? Because it seems like not knowledge based, but like information based from him in return. Because it seems like he got his contract from you and the payment.
Well, this is dirty business, so I'm just trying to get in and out of this real quick.
Perfect. Okay.
So
He says,
I say thank you for your time, and I sleight of hand a pocket watch to him.
Okay. Don't get lost out in these seas. There's always a lighthouse watching. And then he
Appreciate it.
You as soon as your back is turned, he kind of like vanishes with the wind. And so, okay. So from there, base, you're right now in El Kahf. Dumbra, last time we left you were kind of trying to get the crowd all to pay attention to Amal so they stopped paying attention to you. What was the purpose? What are we trying to do? Who are we trying to see? Who are we trying to speak to?
I am trying to get back to my district. That whole deal that happened with me jumping up and doing story time and all that is the exact opposite of what Donbra does. But he did that.
Why the people loved it?
Yeah, exactly. And he did that to get, knowing that Amal and Base were still, I'm assuming Donbra knew that it was about escape time for them. Yeah. So trying to just get the ball rolling, keep it going, maybe get everyone's eyes on him. Honestly, Donbra's upset. He didn't like that. So he's trying to in the movies where that's what happened. Yeah. And so
when you get back to your district, is there anyone specific you're trying to see or any?
Well, yeah, I want to talk to Chadson if he's available.
Chadson.
But I'm going to assume that when I show up, Chadson just walks up to me.
Yeah, no. As soon as you walk in to the door, he runs from behind the counter and he's like, "Hey, boss, what's up, boss? How are you? Do you need anything? Do you need water? Do you need food? The dinner table's set up. I know this is the time when you told me you was gonna
enough.
Oh, okay.
Water will be fine. I'll be in my office. So okay. I want to go to my office.
Do you need me there, boss?
No, I need to be alone.
Okay. Oh.
So I go to my office and I wait for him to bring water.
Yeah, chats in, goes, grabs you some water, and behind him, really quickly, as he's coming in, he opens the door, and it's essentially it's not a servant or anyone, but it's it's one of the workers in the restaurant, and they're helping him grab food. I don't assume you're the type of person to expect servitude from people.
No.
So it's just hey, Chatser was hey, do me a favor, grab this food with me. And then he grabs the food, sits it down, and then leaves. And then Chatser places the water, and he asks, does everything look perfect boss man.
Yes, thank you, Chad son and Chad boy.
Boy,
See
I
you
hate
later.
you with a deep passion, bro.
And boy.
Don't speak to me or my boy ever again.
I mean, Chad boy left. So it's just
okay.
Chad
So then
boy.
it's just Chad son then. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Chad son. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. He
you
leaves, and I start praying to Bess. I need to talk to Bess right now.
Okay.
All the
this is
voices.
still
All the
this
voices.
is still gonna be this is every voice I've invented so far. Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, AK. I'm sorry.
How did
you
I
can
do
leave
his
me there.
voice?
You can leave me there. Leave me there.
How did wait? I'm just trying to
Baby
remember.
bass.
You want a treat? This is baby bass. How you? I don't want to go into a weird southern accent.
Don't you
Hey,
want to
buddy,
do
how are you?
How you had a
doing?
voice before?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah,
How
There
you
you go.
doing,
That's what it was.
buddy?
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Hey,
Yeah.
Okay.
Got
There
it.
it is.
Locked
Hey,
in.
buddy. Okay. Lock it in. All right. Okay. So Chatson leaves. I'm gonna need you to give me. Do you have any You don't have any prayer specific things, right? So you just give me a religion check.
You mean like a skill or something that I have to pray?
Yeah.
I
that's
might actually,
Yeah.
because I'm a cleric.
If you
here.
find one, please tell me. I'm on your screen.
No, because
I have-
praying's not a skill. It's just a thing you do.
I have. Okay, I got it.
Praying's not a skill.
Are you sure about that?
It's not gonna be-
Are you sure about that?
Listen.
I have divination. It's a ritual spell, so I like.
Oh, whale or woe.
This man got to be really good at tic tac toe.
I
Where's
mean, divination
Yeah.
is different. That's whale or woe. Yeah, that's different. Is that
Where's
So-
divination? Where can I find it?
It's on
the
my
spells?
spells.
Spells list. Let's see.
It's
where-
my 4th level spell.
fourth level.
Forgot
I don't
about
see
that
it.
high level. I forgot.
I see polymorph, dimension door, charm person, and dispel magic. Did you not add them?
Wait, what did you say?
I see charm person, dimension door, dispel magic, and polymorph as your fourth.
Oh,
level.
really? There's
Uh,
3.
The other
There's-
spells that you have to have, like clerics prep their spells for the day. How many spells they know for the day.
Oh, then I can't do that. That's fine. Then I'll just pray. That's
Okay,
probably what
then
it is.
give me
I
a
mean, they're
religion
on there. I don't know why you
Yeah.
can't see them, but
Give
That's
me
weird.
a nice religion check.
okay. All right.
There we go. I found them.
Oh, you
I had
found
to
them?
refresh the page.
Okay. 19, 21. 19 plus 2.
21.
Service. Yeah, no, divination is perfect.
Shut up.
I'll say you have it prep.
Right, exactly.
Okay. Roll your divination.
Roll it?
Yeah, cast your spell.
Oh, okay. So I bring out a block of incense. I have a block of incense on my person. And then
You do have to ask concerning a specific goal, event, or activity to occur within the next 7 days, though. You know that, right? So your spell, your magic and offering put you in.
okay,
contact
then
with-
is there no? Then I'm not doing that. Then I'm just gonna.
That would have actually been fun though, because you could have like prepped for something. Or
Let's
but
say
maybe
I
you could skip it.
divinated to get us out of there, get me out of there. 'Cause
Yeah,
I
yeah.
talked to him before, so
That's actually
I can't do
that
anything
makes
for
sense.
7 days. Yeah,
Yeah.
which he did help me, and I
Yes.
bartered with him. So
Yeah,
I
perfect.
put my block of incense.
So
I
give
cut
me
it
a
up. I
religion check.
smash it. I put it in like it looks like a line that you would. Speaking of drugs, like that.
Mhm.
So I put 2, and I'm getting ready. Right, I put 2, and then I put 2 vertical to make a tic tac toe thing, and then I light it, and it burns the tic tac toe in fire.
Yep. Now give me your roll.
I did. I got 21.
Oh, you got 21. Perfect.
Yeah,
The
yeah, yeah.
tic-tac-toe board comes alive. I'm gonna need you to do something for me, though.
Okay.
I know you got 21, but you still gotta do something.
Okay. Sure.
Best puts an O in the center.
Typical. But anyways, and then I put an X in the top.
Since
line.
you got 21 in the back of your mind, you know your old clan saying, "Never let them know what you're about to do next."
Yes. Yes.
So just remember that when you're playing this game.
Okay,
It
actually,
might not be about winning. Maybe winning is a part of it,
that's
but maybe
fine.
not.
That's fine. That's fine.
Where do you put the
Am I
X?
playing with you right now?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah,
Okay.
let's play.
Actually, fuck that. I slapped the shit off the table because he's there. I know he's there. So there's no more thing there.
Okay, let's see.
Because he likes that. He does
I was like
that
starting
shit.
to put the X and we're like, fuck this shit.
Yeah, exactly. I said that.
If you don't talk to
You
me,
hear him.
Yeah.
You hear him
Exactly.
giggle. You hear him giggle, and it's giggling out of every corner of your room, and it's just like it's kind of like this hum, kind of this religious hum that is happening. Do you start to giggle with it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so it's just this like hymn that is playing, and then the flames form into a beautiful, majestic little goblin deformed baby creature. Dumbra, Dumbra, how are you? Am I nailing it? I don't think I'm nailing
Yeah,
it.
no, you are. Yeah, that's it.
Hey, Dumbra, wasn't that fun? I loved what you did during the parade. That was exactly what I needed to feel like myself again.
Bess. No.
What? What?
No.
What? What? What?
You could have
What?
gotten
What?
me killed. You could have
What?
gotten Base killed. You could have gotten Amal killed. You could have gotten 3 guards killed. You could have gotten the just barely exceptional athlete killed.
You?
Bess.
But did you have fun?
I did. I did.
Yeah. And he giggles. And the baby that's poking out of his like liver area, rib area, is just like he's like weaving his head back and forth.
That's great, Bess. Thank you. I pray that you have fun for all eternity, and I pray that I make it happen. However, I need more of a guarantee that I trust you, but I need more of a little bit, not only for me, but for my team, that will be okay.
You're seeing Bess's facial expression change a little bit.
Did I offend?
And he gets really close to you. You expect a god to give a guarantee to a mortal. If
A
this is
mortal
a
that. Do you
joke-
see what I do here, Bess? Do you see what I do here?
Silence! If this is a joke, it's not one of your better ones, Dumbra. You give me the guarantees.
Oh, well, I'm trying to get these.
And I'm
items, which I
very
know you like.
excited. I thought that this was a perfect union. Why are we sullying this moment? You don't need any guarantees except to know that Bess is always there to take care of the little ones and the mommies. And he's always looking for a good time. And you give him a good time. As long as you give Bessie a good time, Bess will give you the blessing you deserve. The one you need, not the one you want.
You're
So
right.
come on.
You're
I'm
right.
a little soured on this. Do you need anything
No.
from the almighty, all-powerful, always gorgeous Bess?
No. Thank you.
Bess turns into ash and is gone.
Chad,
Okay.
son!
And as that happens, it cuts. Amal, who is it that you're interested to talk to? Do you want to stay in your district?
Oh, yeah, I want to speak to my confidant, my husband, Emil. I think like after whatever.
Do you think Miyako has gone to bed?
Yeah, definitely. It was like there was like a dinner where like like Amal did the normal thing of just like not too much prying and making like, but like touch and go, keeping it level. And then like it's evening, and yeah, they're just like, it's like getting ready for bed, and they're just like talking before bed.
Okay. Are you okay? How did the day go?
I mean, I really felt like we were connecting for a moment. Donbra was being Donbra, and kind of felt a type of way of being questioned, of their ability being questioned, so they went by themselves. But I was with Base, and we honestly, it felt like we were a team. I like that we barely needed to speak to each other about what we were moving. Remember that one time where like there was that one competition where like they like random sorted people. The one right before our first date
Yeah.
where like we ended up being swapped together.
Yeah.
And then like just like that natural chemistry of athlete and athlete. It felt like that a bit of just like not having to say words, but like it felt like I was I haven't felt that kind of camaraderie
He
since
smirks at
I've been
you.
in the city, like in like that brotherhood way, other than you, my love.
He smirks at you and goes, "Are you expecting them to fall in love with you as well?"
No. It was just really stunning that like, I was impressed by the fraternity of it, like, because like my love, like what first caught my eye about you was that like we both were in sync to a certain tune
Still
and it
are.
was something I missed it, of course, my love, of course, baby. And but there was something about it that like, and I'm telling AK this for the first time, that there was something about this that like reminded me of my tribe before I was sent here. And then all like just when I was like embracing that moment and feeling really good about it, we had this moment where there was somebody where I was just gonna, just kind of like quiet them and like knock them unconscious quick, like slow. It was gonna take a second, but I would have knocked them unconscious quietly. They wouldn't have even seen us, and so then Base could get the key, and then Base would get the keys and continue on, and I would catch back up. And I thought we understood each other, but then all of a sudden, the kid goes and just plunges slow style. It was slow too. It was like not just a death. It was a like savoring in the moment of the light going out of this person's eyes, and in that moment, I lost myself.
Notice a little bit of concern on, Jamal's face?
Emil,
Emil's
you get my husband's name wrong all the time.
all the time. I'm so sorry.
Emil.
Emil. I'm bad with names. I've always been bad with names. Emil.
Jamal?
I thought, because you had told me that it's a variation on your name. It's a variation on
It
your
means
name.
something different, but it's
I'm gonna
close.
steal
Yeah.
that. Whenever I talk to someone, I'm like, Jamal?
Jamal?
We're gonna have to use that in the other campaign.
Who's this?
Jamal?
What's his name? Jamal?
Jamal?
So Emil kind of has a little bit of concern in their eyes, and then they just sigh. And my beloved, you come from noble blood. You come from the truest brotherhood. And it is beneath you to seek camaraderie with the likes of these people that you're associating yourself with recently.
You don't but it's not just about me and about my like about the Afrag. It's about what we do here. That kid, he's over there fighting for his life, and I had it wrong. Say it again. Basis.
What?
basis district?
Oh, الصناعية.
Asanaya.
Yeah.
Okay. In the Asanaya, and he's fighting for his life, and he thinks he has to fight like that forever. And he doesn't. He doesn't have to kill. It doesn't have, like, you know how tough it is here to have us hold it together. He's got nobody over there. All he's got is Don Bruh. Closest thing he's got is Don Bro. And listen, Don Bruh's an old friend, but you and I both know that Don Bruh is not in the right type, is not in the right sorting place for someone who's already that far gone.
Your
This person needs
bleeding
a whole
heart.
cooked meal.
Your bleeding heart will always lead you to try and save these desperate, hungry, sad souls. But have you ever thought that day by day, as they drag you into their muck and into their desperation for reason and for purpose, that you're becoming, or you will become, more and more like them?
I mean, whatever destiny.
Amal, who has ever heard of an honorable thief? You're trying to be what has never existed.
I am, and I think Amal's like super serious about this now, of like, because now it's like this thing he thought his husband understood, and it doesn't.
He's worried about you.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah.
You just described a
Mhm.
19-year-old slowly stab a human being.
Yeah. I'm concerned about base, but who I am and who I come from, we are honorable thieves because of what we've had to do, because of what we were pushed away from long before the centennial even was a thing. And then, like, I try to keep my voice down, remembering I have guests. But what we came here for, what I was brought in here for, was the hope of my people. And the hope of my people is to live beyond our current means. But while I have rules about what needs to be done and when it should be done, I will not say that theft is below me. It needs to be done.
Is murder not? Whatever you had to do in your past was in self-defense. This act that you described so nonchalantly, because you're so blinded by a boy who could possibly never want to be saved, is an act of absolute unconsciousness. He savored that kill.
Yeah, he did. And I nearly tore, and it kept me from tearing him apart there.
Violence begets violence. And our aggression and our pain for what we had to live with, we put into our achievements, our life here, our home that we built, and our daughter. And now, Amal, there's 1 degree of separation between our daughter and a cold-blooded murderer. I will never deny you what you need to do as the hope of Al Farah. But remember who you're trying to protect.
And I like, yeah, I'm out. Sorry, I so stunned.
I'm sorry for this, but I feel like it's a big revelation to give your husband about like.
Yeah, no, you're right. I know the remote was me playing it off. Okay, I was playing off the remote just now. Plus I love this shit. Amal like doesn't have the words, and he sits with that.
As y'all both,
and he holds his husband close.
Yeah.
And they drift to sleep.
Mm-hmm. And as we whip out from the house, at this point, it's like the next morning. Base, what happens to you at night? You have multiple safe houses, you have multiple stuff, you work a lot during the night. So now that you've left your contact, and now it is your time for your other criminal activity job, where is that happening?
I'd basically just stalk the streets.
In your district or Dumbra's district?
Dunbras. I generally try not to take it to my district.
So does Dumbra allow you, or
No,
does Dumbra not?
I give a cut to Dunbra, so.
Okay.
No, he does not. What do you mean? What do you mean stalk? You're stalking my streets?
I'm just on your streets at night, okay?
So you're not selling your drugs?
No, not
Not
that
tonight.
Dunbra knows.
Okay. But
Not to the
so
kids.
I remember from our
the
conversation
The
is that the drugs you sold were in your district, because it's like it's one of those things. But you try not to bring it outside. So
No.
Is this one of those nights where like you're not standing your corner? You don't want to
No,
stand your corner.
I'm just walking, like
Okay.
getting over the adrenaline rush and just getting lost.
Okay. And that's kind of how you're spending that evening?
Yeah.
Until you get back to Dumbras. Okay. And then Dumbra, is there anything else this is evening time, it's the night. Is there anything?
Did Chad's son ever come when I called him?
Yes, he did. Do you want to play that?
Sure.
Okay. I just want to remind y'all that so far none of y'all have gotten any knowledge.
Oh no, I have a plan. I just chose my husband first. Yes.
Yeah. I understand. I just want to remind y'all that like so far there. Okay. So, hey, boss, are you okay? What happened? Is there a fire? Are you burnt? Bro, boy, boss.
Boy, leave.
Oh,
Chad's
sorry,
son.
boss. Yes.
I give Chad's son 500. No, I give Chad's son 250 gold. And I say, Chad's son, I need to be alone for the rest of the night. I need you to find Base, give him the 200, and tell him to kill those guards. Leave me now. No!
Wait, I have a question for myself. Wait. Wait. When we discuss your character, there was a Godfather aspect to it, but I didn't expect so is your character morally okay with murder?
This is dire. The situation was fucked up. Bess pissed me off. I barely got away with this sale recently. I know this motherfucker's stealing from me, but I'm trying to get him close to me because apparently he's trying to sell drugs in my fucking streets. So
Base, interesting question here. You already put the contract out with a payment. When Chatson comes in with this,
Fuck yeah, I'm accepting the money. I pocket that shit.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
You
You have
bet.
a
I say-
conversation-
I tell Chadson, tell Don, bruh, it'll be done.
Chatson informs you of the news. Do you go asleep, Dumbra, knowing that the deed is going to be done?
Yeah, I believe it's gonna be done.
All right.
I have
Okay.
no distrust in base that if he's gonna kill someone, he says he'll kill them. So
This is very fascinating.
Yeah.
This is a very divergent. Okay. Base is becoming such a interesting focal point for me, as if like trying to save him and trying to take advantage of him is a really interesting thing. While like Base is just out here living his fucking best life. So okay, it is now the next morning, and we're gonna do one more round of like role play, but then we'll set up for the next round of kind of role play after that with more an investigation focus. I just wanted to get a vibe for your characters and how they move throughout the day. So we are gonna, before we wrap up, it's the next day. This is usually what happens after heists, or not even the next day. Like it's a few days after y'all have done your sale, y'all have fenced the equipment, whatever stuff y'all wanted to keep, y'all have kept, all that stuff. Whatever regularly happens through. I would like to go through, and I probably am going to start with Dumbra and end with Base. And I would like to know, what is it typically? How do you guys typically operate within your normal day in the city of Ghada? Right? So, Dumbra, how does your day go?
I would probably get up. I have a shrine for Bess in my office. I put a coin every day, a platinum piece.
Is there a temple of Bess?
No,
there
is not.
In any part of your district? None.
No. It's Bess is only like he's only like, he doesn't have temples. He only is revered in like small little shrines in people's homes or in gambling parlors
Or underground
and shit like that.
tic-tac-toe
Yeah.
tournaments.
Yeah, right. So no. So I put a coin there. I go check with Chadson, see how things were the last night, since I'm not usually around like that at night. So I do that. Then I just walk the streets, see, get the feel for it.
Do you visit your shops?
Yeah. I visit my shops, the one across, the different shops. I go visit the orphanage. Yeah.
Could you give me just a quick D20?
Seven.
Finally.
I know.
Don Bro's got inspiration.
Oh yes.
Yeah. I mean, but that's also me talking trash. Like Marcel's rolls weren't shit the entire.
I was worried.
heist.
Well, it's I
Maybe
keep the
don't-
highest, right?
Maybe don't.
Not with
Maybe don't
inspiration.
waste your inspiration.
Fuck.
This is just for a narrative. No.
Okay.
I want to have you accept the role, or if you want to keep it. But like, this
It's
is
the
for a
same.
narrative purpose.
It's the same
Like,
thing.
it's for how the encounter is going to go.
Okay, so you can take whichever
Okay.
one. I don't care.
So, remind me, what are the shops that you directly operate in your district?
The
That,
prize
like,
shop, the orphanage, which isn't a shop, but
Yeah.
the orphanage. What else I got? I'm assuming I have some sort of like
investments. What, like, are you like, what kind of shops? Do you have like a bookstore? Do you have like a
isn't the
blacksmith
bookstore,
store?
isn't the bookstore in my spot?
No, it's in the Asima.
Okay.
You know this man got a pawn shop.
I 100% have a pawn shop, 100% pawn shop, prize shop, small grocer,
Liquor store.
liquor store.
Do you have a
lottery
blacksmith of any sort?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay,
I do have a blacksmith. He can only make simple weapons. Nothing crazy.
perfect.
Unless I ask. simple blacksmith. What else? A doctor. There's a doctor there, and that's pretty much it.
Okay.
And a flower shop.
Love it. Okay, the flower shop. We're gonna go with the flower shop.
Okay.
The flower shop owner comes out. She is in this. She somehow, for some reason, is in this padded gown. She is walking with a very heavy pace. Do you know what her name is? Do you have a name for her in your mind? Because I have a name. I have a name. I have a name. Do you want to?
Sorry, yeah, say the name. Say the name.
You could either call her Jane or Genevieve.
Jane is cool.
Jane. Jane rolls up, padded gown. It's almost like it's flowing from behind her. She smells of roses and perfumes, and she walks to you very angry, and she's like, "Mr. Dumbra, for the last time, I cannot keep asking for you and your little hooligan shop to stop interfering with the deliveries that are happening here. You're obstructing any type of expansion or development we're trying to do here. We can't invite anyone from outside because your hooligans are immediately so suspicious." And she's just railing on you. How do you
Good
deal
morning.
with
Good morning to you, Jane. How's your sister Mary?
Sorry, 1 second. Apologies. Sorry, had to deal with something. Okay, ask that question one more time.
I said good morning to you, Jane. How's your sister Mary? Mary, by the way, AK, just so you know, is my other confidant in the government.
Mary is too busy even for
as I
a dinner.
expected. As I expected.
It is. So.
By the way, the hooligans have no homes. So as far as I'm concerned, it's just something we have to do. I'm sorry about this expansion, but you know all the expansion goes through me, and I haven't seen anything come by my desk. So either it hasn't happened or you take it up with Chad's son. But I'm willing to hear you out.
Mr. Dumbra, you know that the kids have been more riled up than usual recently, and it's because you're not here. If you're here, everything runs properly. But recently, it has felt as if people from outside our homes have taken much more of your interest than the future of this district.
I see how you can think that, but what I'm doing when I'm not here is for the preservation and expansion of this district. You just have to trust me, Jane.
Oh, so that boy Base is for the preservation of our neighborhood. Amal walking around our district, looking down on us with his impeccable athleticism, is somehow for the benefit of our district.
Let me ask you something, Jane. Have you talked to Base? Have you offered him flowers? Have you offered?
Who can talk to Base?
I can. He talks to me.
Good for you. I hope it's a riveting conversation.
Honestly, it's not. And I feel like he needs someone like you to teach him a thing or two about being sensitive. I feel like the boy could use it.
Gio, to give you a little context, it's because you're famous. So it's our day.
No, I'm in chat. Audience can't see chat.
It's okay. It's just
No, I was gonna literally the next thing I was gonna be like, well, that's how some people see superheroes, I guess.
Yeah.
I tell you what, Jane. Since you're so passionate about change and about Base, why don't I send him over here next time I see him? Maybe you can teach him a thing or two about flower
This is
arrangement.
where you think this conversation is going, Mr. Dumbra?
That's where I'm saying it's going. So I really don't see it going another way. I'm trying to help you. Is there anything I can do to help you other than base giving you an extra hand? I know you need it. When Mary left, I know that's only you here. So
I mean, a leadership presence around the town.
Chad's son is here. Do you not think his leadership is up to snuff?
Yeah. Yeah, an impeccable model for leadership. I wonder what that school you built around the orphanage is doing for all of us. I remember back in the day when you were more passionate about what goes on around here. Kids like me and my sister,
Sorry.
the blacksmith, George, a lot of them developed a lot of respect and a lot of loyalty and wanted to help build this town. But nowadays, you walk around with your bridges too high, and as somehow we're not worthy of the work that we put in to build this town. So, Mr. Dumbra, maybe remembering our past isn't so bad when our future is looking less and less exciting to your endeavors. And she kind of starts to turn around. Thank you for the conversation, Mr. Dumbra. It was informative.
8.
Wait.
8.
Wait. I need either context or a role.
No, you ask. You ask. You're role playing with me. 8.
Yeah.
Don versus 8.
She sighs and turns around. 8 what, Mr. Dumbra?
AM is when you'll see base tomorrow. Have a nice one. And then I walk away.
And she walks away.
Okay.
Okay. And
You
then
come back here and role play with me, damn it.
yeah,
exactly.
I was like, damn. Okay.
Eight. I was like, is there a chart? I was like, why? Because to me, I thought of it as like the show would be like 8. I'm like, 8? But it was like, I was like, there's a reaction here. Is this a chart?
Is there anyone you want to see, Marcel?
I was gonna go see Mary actually.
Again?
Well, yeah, I saw her before. It went sideways, so I need to see her again to make sure that there's.
You don't want to see anyone in between. You just
no,
just,
no, because clearly our shit's having an effect on my.
You walk
community.
into the flower shop, and it is.
No. Sorry. Mary is the sister, not.
Oh,
Jade.
Mary's the sister.
Yeah.
You're right. Okay, so you're jumping over to the Asuma.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, sure. I will need a quick little what's travel usually in D&D?
I mean, it's usually just, what are you trying to do?
Travel, just regular travel. What would you roll for?
There's rules about how far you can move, but like I don't see how they apply here. If you're trying to find a role for travel, there isn't one. It's not there's survival checks of like how well you pass through. I guess you looking for survival, because survival will be like checking tracks or making sure you're not like accosted while you're traveling, I guess.
Yeah.
Or like how to make sure you track, like not literally being like whether or not a bandit pops up. That's a different thing. But like whether or not you can navigate the city quickly.
Give
I guess
me a survival check to see how easy it is to link up with Mary.
All right, I rolled a 19.
19 is great. You make it across to the Asuma. I assume you take a carriage over there.
Yeah.
Because it is a travel for your district. Your district is not completely attached. You would actually either have to go through a basis district or a mouse district to get over there.
Right.
With a 19, it doesn't matter what happens in either of those districts. You get there.
Can I stop in basis district to tell him about his duty?
Base, don't you sleep in the morning?
Base generally doesn't sleep.
I don't care. I don't give a fuck if he's sleeping. I'm knocking on his goddamn door.
Does Dumbra know your safe house in Elsinore?
Yeah. Dunbra knows like all my safe houses.
Okay, cool. All right. So do you go to his safe house or do you go to a spot where
I go
y'all
to his
usually-
safe house because
Do
I
you stay in your carriage, like when like the criminal underboss, like in those
So
movies,
yes, I
like The
send
Wire?
Chad's son to send the message.
Okay, what's the message?
So we could.
And he could come out. Okay, yeah.
One second.
Hey,
What?
bruh.
Oh, Chad's son.
You-
What's up?
8 o'clock tomorrow at the flower shop.
There you go. That's your message,
Yeah.
base.
Tell Dunbra.
No, and I go and we walk away.
I was gonna say I'll be there, but fuck you
That's
too.
That's fine.
All right.
We take
And
off.
then as you head to the Asima, you stop. You go to the. What did I say? I said that they are one of the aides to the.
Yeah. I
to
think
the
maybe like an
ulama
administrative. aid.
Yeah, she's an administrative aide for one of the ulama, specifically the ulama for the expeditionary initiative,
Mhm,
right?
mhm.
Yeah. So yeah, you go into the clerical office. Mary has a very nice office, but her assistant takes you over to her office, and now you're sitting in an office with marble flooring, these very golden accents. Um, the marble is a bit grayish around, and as the walls go up, there's one of these windows that kind of has the dome at the top, and it's very open. It overlooks a part of the Asima's, the square in Mahraj, and it's a very nice view. You sit in her office. There's couches there. There's a nice little wooden table right in front of you, and Mary is sitting there, and she was like, "Mr. Dumbra, what's the purpose of the visit? Is there anything I can help you with?"
I need to talk about my new business venture.
A new business venture.
The business venture we talked about last couple days ago.
So wait, we never.
I got
discussed
some
this.
information from James.
Does Mary?
Or
does
Mary.
Does
Yeah.
Mary know about your your thieving?
Yes, because I raised her.
Okay.
Yeah.
This has opened so many interesting doors.
I'm sorry if it's too if I'm
No. This is
Okay.
very interesting. But now I
No,
have
you've
to-
just given the DM a fork. It's really fun.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is interesting. Okay, so she knows, and yes, Mr. Dumbra. Yeah, it has been a very, let's say, murky business endeavor. This one,
You didn't like my parade performance.
Oh no, that was absolutely enjoyable. Can never forget that. Wait, there are two Mary. No, there's a Molly.
Yeah.
Cool.
Sorry.
The other one is Mary.
And then the Jamali.
Mary.
Anyways.
Yeah. Molly seemed to have been having the most fun she's had since she left us, and it brought back nostalgic memories for the old days.
The old days.
Mr. Dumbra, this new endeavor of yours has seemed without a goal. And it makes a lot of us wonder if in your flamboyant self we have lost some of the glam and the glitter that you used to see in us.
You've been talking to your sister.
We've all been talking. All of the old kids. We come together for dinner every other Sunday.
No invitation.
We sent a couple with Jadson. Or maybe it was Chad Boy.
Probably.
Chad
I don't think Chad's son would do that.
You've
Chad
also
Boy.
gotten lazy with the names. Oh, sorry. You've gotten a little timid with the names.
I don't name y'all. So I don't know what you're talking about. Take it up with Bess. Anyways, I
so
just
yes,
need
how can I help you, Mr.
I,
Dumbledore?
I just need to make sure that the next time I go on a business venture, that it goes a little smoother.
I gave you all the information that I had for the last one.
Really? Because I didn't know there was an office right above the entrance to the adventurer path.
I mean, Mr. Dumbledore, not to accost your intelligence, but if there's an adventurer's path in our great city, there is always a debriefing office.
Do I look like I go into debriefing offices? Do I look like this marble that you sit up here and you're high and mighty? You know your sister can't sell flowers, right? I'm having to give her criminals, murderers to help her run her shop. While you sit up here in your marble palace next to the what's their names? What's their names? The people that she works for.
The ulama?
Yeah, the alama. You sit up here and it seems like you forgot where you came from. I'm doing this for your family, our family, everyone down there.
I understand.
Can I roll an intimidation check or something? I need her to understand.
I just want to explain that there is a difference between the two sisters. Mary is a lot more
I understand, but her sister,
Yeah.
I don't care. She does nothing for me. I just, this one actually has connections, and I need her to understand.
Okay, yeah, roll your intimidation check.
All right. Jane is so below me. Has nothing.
I thought you cared for this community.
I care for her, but there's nothing to. What am I going to argue with her about? And I'll fix it.
Happiness.
I mean, it sounds like they needed. I'll be on Dombro's side as Geo, and they needed two different things. One person needed proof in the place, and the other one needs proof from the person. And be like, dude, I need you to remember who the fuck I am. I run you.
Right, and to an extent, I put her in the position she's in.
Yeah, versus like Jane being like, look,
but they're still autonomous people with their own agency.
That's fair.
You've been an absentee father.
All I've asked her is for more information, and she's giving me lip. I didn't ask her to give me lip. I didn't give her lip. She gave me lip first. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Throw the intimidation check.
All right. I'm gonna use my inspiration that I didn't use because I rolled fucking terrible. I rolled it literally in that one. All right.
That would have been so good.
Oh my god. All right, 22.
22.
Yeah.
It seems as if I did not realize how much this affected you, Mr. Dumbra, and I really apologize.
You don't talk to your sister at dinner?
I do. Did something happen with her today? You keep mentioning her.
She was upset this morning.
Sometimes she can't hold her tongue.
Okay. What are we going to do about this?
The next time, I will make sure that in certain instances, information is relayed more properly. Again, I can't just give you a map
I understand
to what you need.
I understand. But maybe the important parts.
Okay.
Make sure that those get across. Okay. Thank you.
I understand. Do you have a specific question for her about a place or a thing?
Yeah.
Or a celebration?
I'm talking AK here. So all the items are down there?
All the items for what?
The ones we're trying to steal. They're all coming.
Y'all took whatever you need. The next dungeon is going to be different, but there are still other major auction houses. Around the city, museums all around the city, and there is the largest auction house, which is holding like the items for the final ceremony in a week's time.
Okay. So I tell Mary, I say, well, based on what your sister tells me and a couple other things Chadson tells me, we're due for an expansion in the district, maybe a revitalization. So I'm looking for a business venture to help in this expansion.
Yeah. So just to explain to you, I guess it's important for you to understand this context since it's your district. But the thing that they're complaining about is, yes, you have all these shops, but there's now new kids that are growing up out of the orphanage that aren't having places to go to and aren't like, the city is getting like, you're reaching the limits almost.
Right.
You're trying
That
to
makes sense.
figure out new ways. Yeah.
That makes sense.
So that's what they're worried about. It's like, is this it? Are we done? Are we going to have like an unemployment problem almost?
Yeah,
Or-
right. Too
or
many
like
people. That makes sense.
or a neat problem almost.
Oh shit. Yeah.
So
I'll come up with that by next session or whenever that is. I'll come up with this plan, but I need money for it.
Yeah. So she can tell you that there's a rumor that's been going around, and it seems as if everyone is having a tight lip around it more than usual. When it comes to the expeditionary initiative, a lot of people in these offices are very excited to announce whatever's going on. But the new auction house that they're opening, which is going to be the biggest one, seems to be at the end of the week, they're going to open it. It seems to be holding some sort of secret. I don't know if it's a vault, if it's a path, if it's a maze, if it's a new underground tunnel to the cities beneath. I guess that could be the name for it, the cities beneath. But everyone is keeping everyone who's in the know is keeping a very tight lip about it. But there is a secret in that new auction house. And it doesn't seem like that secret is one of those one more thing when they open the auction house. So as of right now, that seems to be the hottest, juiciest piece of gossip that's running around these offices. Gio, mark one knowledge. Marcel, sorry. Mark one knowledge.
Okay. Well, thank you, Mary, for that.
Sure.
That's all I needed.
And Mr. Dumbro.
Yes.
We've never forgotten what you've done for us. And we never will. We just want to know what the next thing is.
And I will get that for you myself. By the way, I need your emblem.
Her official
No. The emblem that you get at the orphanage of a certain community.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mr. Dumbro, she can't. She's flat. She's like lost for, and all she can come up with is a very childish. Why?
Because I'm doing what you're saying and doing it myself for you, not relying on anyone else. I will do it myself. So give me the emblem.
So, okay, I wanted to think of cool ways where like these kids have their emblems, and
maybe hers is like a pin or something.
Yeah, so that's kind of what I was thinking, a piece of jewelry or whatever. And she has her hair in kind of like this woven bun that falls to the back, and she kind of has this very ornamental or like pin, kind of almost like a pink cushion in her hair that's going in. And out of the back, she pulls out one of the pins out of her hair, and it's. Did you give me a visual description of what the emblem looks like?
Yes, it has Bess's head on it.
Yeah,
I sent it in the chat.
It's just Bess's head. Yeah, that's what I remember. Yeah. And so And so, yeah,
I thought it was just gonna be the full thing in like some kind of gold filigree shape. You
No,
said
no,
no,
no.
just the head.
I sent it in the
just
chat. I
Bess's
sent it in the
head.
chat.
Yeah, it's just Bess's head on a pin, and she sets it down on the table.
I take it and I say, thank you.
Always a pleasure, Mr. Dumbro.
Invite me to the next dinner.
Yeah, of course. You're already invited.
I'll be
We
there.
have it at God, Gio, did I ever name the restaurant? Yes, Mesgoof.
Ah.
We have it at Mesgoof and Sug.
Sounds good. I'll
And
bring.
she sits back on her desk and like it's kind of like shaken a little bit, so she just gets back to her work and her papers.
Okay. And I leave.
Okay, perfect. All right, and base. What do you? No, oh, wait. I'm ending with base. So Amal, what happens when you get up in the morning?
Okay, yeah. So I'll give a brief description of what Amal's typical day would be, and then we can get into what Amal's day is now, because Amal is not allowed to have a typical day today.
Nope.
But what Amal would usually do, wake up at the crack of dawn, kind of get the jog in, or get a little bit of pumps in, and then go out for the jog. So it's like by the time he comes back, that's when like Kenzie starts like waking up and like it's time to like cook the breakfast and stuff. But like for Amal, that like early morning time, that's his. Only that belongs to them. And so they make sure they take care of themselves, mind, body, and spirit. So that's like the time where it's like like any kind of like ritual would happen, or like the like regathering of the day of exercise. The body is the body is a temple, and it's like the act of keeping together the body is a way in which Amal stays connected with the entirety of themselves and their history, and ancestry, because while survival looks different here, there is still an importance to maintaining that. Amal's an athlete because that's the name of that's what they call it here.
Yeah.
But Amal's really a warrior. And so so the morning is to maintain the warrior lifestyle.
The warrior spirit.
And so usually it's like honestly a bit of a lap around the district early in the morning, making sure nothing's like broken or too fucked up. And it would be like the lap back would be kind of like where people are like taking out the trash or like starting like getting that would be like the point where a mom would go like good morning. From there, like coming back, there'd be the breakfast, and then the day of like, okay, there's a couple people that he personally trains. There's
By the way, at breakfast,
yeah,
Miyako's there, and then like
but
she's sitting on the table.
Instead, I have a house guest.
And so as you go to train those people, you notice that you have a spectator. And it's Miyako just standing there, very upright, very studious, watching the sparring. So how does the sparring go?
Oh yeah, so I'm totally just like, all right, 1 2 1 2. Like I think we mentioned what did I have like the construction guy that comes in. It's him.
Oh, okay, perfect. Love it. I'm trying to come up with the structure voice. I don't have.
There isn't one. Just
New York accent.
Yeah, I don't. My New York accent sucks.
I was like, your accent is close, so don't.
All right, how do we do this?
It's the typical 1 2 1 2.
And he's just giving you single jabs, not a jab like and a punch, like just
What happened to you? Hold on, man. Hold on. What happened to your arm? What happened to your arm?
well, wait, because I'm getting confused a little bit. Like,
It's the what? Hold on. It's the. Okay, listen, man. I know it's been a minute. I know.
Okay.
I've been out for a minute, but don't tell me
Yeah.
you weren't practicing without me, man.
no, I've been practicing. It's just you know that little
Yeah,
trick you
it's
do
1,
where you
2,
pat your
and then-
head
Yeah.
and you spin around your stomach.
Uh-huh.
It's like that. It's
Well, I
like
ain't
that.
got you
just
moving
focus
yet.
on
It's
one of
just your-
them instead of both of them.
I ain't even got you moving yet, man. It's just your arms right now.
Okay, wait,
See?
wait.
All right, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you
And he like
again.
and he like goes for the like jab, and then he hesitates on the second one, then goes like this, and then keeps
Hold on.
doing.
Hold on. Just take a second. Take a second.
Okay.
Take a second. You got me looking bad in front of the guests. All right. It's one.
Give me an athletics check.
Okay. Come on. That is a total of 25.
Perfect. You like take a pause, you bring down your pads, you like take his arms and show him the maneuver and like get his shoulders into rhythm. And it's kind of like this dance where you're like slow-mo shadow back boxing with his arms. Like you're literally showing him the motion. Then you slowly put on the pads and you're like, pick up the pace. And he goes, bop, 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 bop. And so it's just right there. And like you like Bianca's standing there and she's like, that man didn't know how to fight 30 seconds ago. And now he's just like he's got his jabs in motion, his shoulders whiffling the right way. Like he's getting into his footwork even. Like you got that man straight again.
Listen, man, you got to keep these reps up. Otherwise, whenever you got over there building that stuff, you gonna mess up. You're gonna mess up your muscles. So you got to listen. The technique here, sure, it could have a practical effect, but it's also important that you keep your head, that it keeps your body right, so that while you're doing all this physical labor, that they don't get you messed up, man. You know,
yeah, coach.
Because you got to live with your body forever.
Coach, you think I can do this professionally?
I think you're pretty good where you at, man.
Yeah. You think I should join the tournament?
Nah, man. Maybe in a little bit. You funny, man. If you had been practicing, listen, bro. If you had been practicing, I maybe would have been like, oh, maybe. But you didn't even practice.
So yeah, I didn't tell you this. There's a boxing tournament.
I'm a yes-and person. You're good.
2 days before the big reveal of the. Because boxing is huge. Boxing is very popular in the city.
Yeah, man. Listen, you saw Molly up there.
Yeah, Molly. Now that's a woman right there.
Yeah, don't be weird about it, bro.
What? No, she just like, you think if I got to be a good boxer, she'll go out.
See, you making it weird.
But I just want to ask her out to dinner, coach.
Listen. You're not gonna go ask out somebody from the rival team. I'm gonna tell my husband on you.
Okay.
All
Okay.
right.
Coach.
All right. Hit the bag.
And he just goes and starts like going real.
And I go to Miyako.
Yeah, and Miyako's standing right there, and she was like, "That is an impressive display. That man transformed."
I mean, listen, he's been here for years. The thing is that like he requires constant attention. So like, I've been busy kind of like working on other stuff to keep for the neighborhood, and so I ain't been here for the practice. But you would think at this point he ain't done his practice, so he kind of like fell out of form real quick, real damn fast. Sorry, my language.
Oh no. This is what I want to see. I want to see. It's very difficult. You must understand. Where I come from in Jeddah, it seems like the people there are the only real people, because all of the other people that I read about in books and in stories and and in news reports that come through with the horse riders. The horse riders, by the way, is the way news travels. It's just literally
Mhm.
people run on horses and they just read. It's the only European thing I took because I always loved it.
Oh, somebody going like, hear ye, hear ye.
Hear you, yeah, and just
Okay.
read the fucking parchment.
I mean, it
But,
makes sense for that.
so
Juden is like a bit of a feudal. Yeah.
yeah, and so I don't see I wanted to see what real people act like outside of my country, outside of where I'm from. Um, and there's nothing more real than trying to pursue the truth about yourself. And that's why we admire your people. You've dedicated yourself to learning about who you are and where you come from. That is a beautiful, beautiful thing. And I hope your people never lose it.
Yeah. It's beautiful. It is beautiful. I won't lie. It looks different for everybody. Everybody. Like there is something to the searching to remember something. But there's also not everybody has that chance to be able to know that. I mean, if we're real with each other here, we're seeking something and looking for things and trying to figure out who belong to what, but not everybody even has that chance. Some people know that what's in these tunnels, what's underground in the city beneath, is not going to give them any joy. There's people. Listen. You, if I could take you a couple streets down, and I could show you somebody. Her name's Ethel. Now Ethel been here longer than me, and Ethel knows that that other than her nephew, there's no other trace of the line left, and that from before Ethel, she don't know who her mom's is, she don't know who her dad's is, and she ain't finna get nothing out that tunnel. But we look at it our own way. We still looking for our way to get through to the next place.
And she
to
stands
get to
there.
our pursuit of our dreams, even in the absence of that.
She looks at you and her eyes are like sentimental almost. And she's like, oh, isn't that the universal truth? Gio, quick question.
Mm-hmm.
In your head, are you trying to discover something? Are you trying to find out something? Is there...
I mean, it's weird. So, because I'm actually navigating this too. Because Amal's not like a clever fact-finding charisma person.
Mm-hmm.
Amal is a person who's like
genuine and real.
Yeah, genuine, real. But let me be real with you upfront about what's going on. And the choice, like even choosing to lie about to obscure kind of stuff, it wouldn't be out of charisma. He wouldn't be the best at it. He'd be trying to do it though. But here he's just like being genuine of hearing them say how they feel and what they want, being like, hey, look, let me be real with you. It don't look like that for everybody. Like I'm not finna. This place is great, but we not finna act like we're the perfect being, like we're somebody different than y'all.
Could
we
you
just
give
like
me a
y'all.
quick persuasion check?
Oh, great. Charisma.
Sorry.
16.
16 is not bad. Y'all start to kind of head out into the outside where you're kind of showing her the neighborhood and the houses and whatever. And she goes, you know, what if there was a thing in this world that can give you... I'm trying to think of the right word. that can give you the thread to the past that everyone is seeking.
I mean, my lady, if such a thing existed, it'd be great for everybody. But it don't.
Maybe it doesn't. But if it does, I don't know who would go and get it.
Insight check. For them all. For them all.
Yeah, no, give me an insight check. What are you trying to discover here?
Am I being propositioned for a job right now? 14.
14. No, you're not. She is, and 14, I will tell you, 14 is not bad to me. So
That's
I'm
also
not, this is,
because I was like, that would have been really bold of them to do.
no, they don't really like, no, they do know that there are things that happen in the city. Um, 14 can't tell you much more than like the fact that they are not trying to proposition you, that they are being sincere. You do hear, though, conviction in their voice that there is a belief, at least deep belief, that such a thing can exist.
A way to reconnect to the path that's been taken. I mean, it sounds like something I'd want it too, you know? Like, I mean, I don't talk about it too much. Cause I mean, other than like what you see what you see in the scrolls. What you see in the scrolls about me and my like the story of the Alfarad kid coming into town and being a hero. I don't, that's the narrative. But what happened was my parents left me here
Oh, okay. I like where this is going.
when I was like 12. Yeah, when I was 12, they left me here because of some idea of, yeah, I don't know what, it's important, I guess, and I feel it. I feel connected to it still, but like there was some divination about me and that I would be the hope of the Alfarag. And so that became the big thing, the people's champion, the hope of the Alfarag. Amal, I mean, at that time it was Amal Noches. And now I'm here and I don't. Have you heard of the Alfarag?
She definitely has not heard of Alfarak.
Yeah, so I tell them that like, hey, the Alfarag, of course you haven't known about them. It's those people that we're talking about, like, don't get to have a past. They're not gonna find that past down there. Or at least they're not looking to. Buried so far beneath, can't nobody get that far down. Cast out millennia. Shit, what the fuck is even time? Like, but nomadic in the desert, fighting to survive, scrounging, scavenging, doing what needs to be done and moving through the days, holding on to those beliefs of what was can be again. But I'm supposed to be the hope, and I'm not as connected. I'm here in the city.
She looks at you and she says, I feel like you and me are not so different. And she opens up like You were being honest, and I don't think I'm not going to reward honesty. So she goes, I don't know if you heard stories about the people of Jeddah, but we are known as the people with no last name. Um, Somewhere along the way, our culture, our history was lost, gone. Some say it was barbarians rolling down the mountains who stole all of our books and heritage and artifacts and destroyed them, threw them in the sea. Um, um, so we sit here, monophonic, singular in name. Uh, we are uh, uh, we are people who have lost track of time. I am, for instance, the 13th Miyaku. Everyone in my family who will ascend to the title of lady will become Miyaku. Uh, and so,
Wait, so what are they before? What are they before?
Miyakus.
Okay.
Or Kimiko.
Okay.
Basically what she's trying to explain here is, and she's being very plain about it, is that essentially because they don't have last names, the way they maintain their lineages nowadays is they give their children their name, and those names essentially have exclusivity. So
Mm.
the Miyakus are always named Miyakus, and that's how they move along. And she goes,
I mean, that makes it a family name.
doesn't it?
Now.
Doesn't it? But which Miyako are they talking about? If we could find our past, what connects us, what brings us all together, what all those great lineages of the great kingdoms of this entire world that we read about in books, all with their different personalities and their different achievements and their names ascribed, but a connection to the past, one to oneself and one to everybody else. Isn't that the hope? To belong, but to also be allowed to be oneself?
I think I mean, as much as I have my complaints, I'm also like, I carved a life here, and it's mine. And while I don't have the full connection that I would like, and while sometimes I think about this district as like a district that like, I'm not gonna say gentrification, but like, I think of this town as a place that the capital forgot, had an idea for it, and then kind of left it alone when somebody else had a better idea. We create something here. I'm creating something here. Community, even in the bits of what's forgotten and what's past, we create something here. If you allow me, and this is really bold, especially since you're a dignitary, um, tell me tell me something that's one of your favorite things, Yaku.
I mean, isn't it pretty obvious? My love of reading the history of the world.
History of the world, reading, so like books. Okay, so and the books usually have that like the bookmark, little silk bookmark in it,
Mm-hmm.
like a placeholder. Uh, placeholder book.
She's starting to giggle a little bit as you're just saying.
Yeah,
Random.
he's like, yeah, like Amal's thinking hard, trying to put this together. Let's call you maybe something that means like, I think I'll say a word in Sylvan that means like next chapter, and I'll be like,
Okay.
listen, Miyako was a first name, but now it's a family name. But you're the next chapter. Your next chapter in Miyako.
She kind of giggles and she goes like, Amal, you are one of the most entertaining people I've ever met in my entire life. Thank you. And then she says, but I know the truth is out there. And then that's kind of how y'all kind of meander into the fields.
Like,
go
oh,
away.
so we gonna hit up these auctions tomorrow? We gonna hit
yeah, she's very excited. She's talking about how she wants to see all the auction houses and stuff like that and all of that. I will say, because of how sincere you were with her and honest, and you didn't hide who you were from her, and she did admit some stuff to you, you gain 1 knowledge.
What
Base.
knowledge?
So Dumbra somehow woke you up in the morning, told you got to be there at 8 o'clock in the morning the next day, and now it's 8 o'clock this morning. What do you usually do?
Fucking Chad, dude. You know what? Fuck this. I'm just going to go see what she wants today. So get dressed and go over to the flower shop.
Yes, I'm so excited to show it this flower shop.
God damn you, Base. Can't fucking pay attention.
You roll by it, and on one side of it, it's very much your regular brick and mortar, but all the way from the back, kind of as it curves and goes out, it's almost like a glass house, all the way out, and it's kind of impressive. For a second, you start to think like, every time I go to a shop in this district, everyone's got some weird shit going on. And it's props to Dumbra for letting these people kind of build what they want, what they really want. And you walk in and there's vines. It's almost like, you know, when Poison Ivy's trying to attack Batman and she kind of builds her palace for herself and it's all like vines and little like flowers going out of everything. It's kind of looking very much like that. And it's like vines all over the place and you're walking by plants that are like naturally grown, like they're not in pots or anything.
What?
And then you keep walking, and in the back, it's like, yeah, you're literally walking on like soil inside of the place, and it's like breaking everything. And you find this girl, and she's literally like daintily, like while trying not to damage the roots or where the flowers would grow, is kind of clipping the flowers.
Jane. Miss Jane.
Hello, could you stop doing that?
Sorry. You looked really into it. Sorry.
Oh, you're that guy. You're the guy who's always at the pachinko shop with the weird pervs.
But I'm not one of the weird pervs. There are weird pervs at the pachinko shop. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, I see. I see. Looking at them like they're gonna rob your own mom. Like, hi, I am. Do they usually come to the Dumbra? Do they usually come to the orphanage with a last name, or are they given like a last name? Like, is the government giving you a last name?
No last names.
No last names. Mm-hmm. Interesting. Okay. And she goes like, I'm gonna just say that they all have the initial D at the end of their names.
Initial D.
Initial D. Thanks. And so she says, "Hi, I am Jane D."
Oh, I've heard of you. Don Brud's mentioned you.
Oh, at least he confides in somebody nowadays. It's nice.
I've overheard him talking to Mary, so.
There's just nothing savory about you, huh?
Not. I mean, I'm pretty sure Dombra asked me here to help you, so I'm here to help.
What can you do?
Well, I have great hands.
To do what with?
I teach me whatever you need me to do.
You don't come across as the type who likes school.
Are you judging a book by its cover?
Touche. Okay. She takes you to a little botanist area with some essentially cacti and what are those plants that every white girl likes nowadays that they buy the pots of at like a fucking Lowe's or whatever?
pumpkin.
They're- no,
No,
People
the ones that don't die.
People
The
love,
ones
that don't
don't
die.
Plastic.
people love succulents, like
Succulents.
Succulents.
like,
There we
Succulents.
go.
like
Yeah.
cacti and stuff. They love them.
Yeah, like little cacti and succulents are right back there and all that stuff. And she was like, okay,
Though they
this is
can-
about as beginner as we can get. This is what I do when the little kids from the orphanage school come here for field trip. So this is for like 6-year-olds, my guy.
So do
And
you
she's
actually,
very like she's very aggressive.
do you
She,
actually like sell these?
My guy.
Like, is that the business is selling this?
I mean, we sell everything in this store.
I mean, I
take care of it and I
I can
deliver it by
understand that. I
hand.
sell a lot of stuff too.
Yeah. But sometimes some people want to feel something green in their house, but don't want to go through the heartbreak of it dying. A lot of people can't handle losing something. And they do a lot of extreme things so they could keep what they haven't lost. She's saying this all genuinely. She doesn't know your backstory or anything. She's really just speaking as an observation about people. And she goes, okay, this is what we're going to do. So some of these succulents grow very, very large. And so what we have to do is very gently, without damaging the roots or where they could grow some more, kind of like trim them so they look nice for the people who want to come in and buy them. Okay? So she's basically going to teach you how to trim them. So give me a nature check.
There's a nature check. Sweet.
Yeah.
19.
Yeah, beautiful. You are you're impressing her. Like for real. You're like you're taking the little pricks off a little bit, like wherever there's those dead like browning ends at the ends, you're like kind of shaving that stuff off.
Can I just say mentally, I'm just thinking myself, screw you, Dunbra.
I told him to go yesterday. She's off tomorrow, but he fucked up.
So yeah, and she's showing you all that stuff, and she goes, so how do you know Dumbra?
I saved him once.
Someone saved Dumbra?
Yeah, once.
It's glad to see he's at least normal. That's different.
He's not infallible.
You know, when you get left alone for long enough and you only have one center to look for, that center seems so sturdy that it can't possibly ever break. But nowadays, Dumbra's not around as much. And it feels like we have to fend for ourselves.
Dunbra has a lot on his plate.
Yeah, it seems
be
like
honest.
his plate got fatter the moment you started showing up.
I don't know about that. I'm pretty thin.
I wasn't. It seems like since you've come in, a lot of bullshit has been happening around here, and we're a little bit of a tizzy.
So you're going
So-
to blame everything in the community on me?
Let's not.
Does that
call it blame.
sound normal?
It seems though like you have a finger on what is going on around here.
I'm a 19-year-old kid. I don't have a finger on anything. Well, but we can't get into that. Like, I don't like.
Okay.
Look, lady, I was just asked to help you. So
Yeah.
you would think,
Seems
you would think if I was running things or doing whatever you're saying, I could do something much better than being in here helping you at a flower shop.
Dumbra never lets anyone run anything, but you seem to be the new shiny thing he's chasing around town. What do you have
Are
going
you saying
on?
Dunbra chases things? That don't sound like Dunbra.
A lot of things recently don't sound like Dumbra. So, Base, what Base, what are you trying to get out of coming here earlier than you were supposed to come?
Honestly, I wanted to get out from going in there the next day. Just to...
That's really smart. That's really smart.
So I guess it's kind of coming to the afternoon. It's kind of like 3 p.m. It's a flower shop, so she gets to kind of like get back to customers kind of come in the morning. Her customer base is mostly morning based, so she goes like, all right, well, I appreciate you. Tomorrow we're going to be doing vines, so excited to see you for class.
Okay, I will see you tomorrow at 8.
As you're walking out the door, she goes, and hey, if anything happens to him, I will find you in the mall. And flowers aren't my only business.
Did you forget the part where I said I saved him? Trust me. Ain't nothing gonna happen to him. And I walk off.
Okay. And yeah, you walk out the store. That's what happens. Where are you going next, Base?
I'm gonna go talk to Dombra and ask him why the fuck
What
I'm
the
at.
fuck, dude? Dude, I'm far away. You can't find me.
No, I won't do that. I'm gonna. I don't know.
Actually, no, do that. Actually, if you
Do
want.
that?
No,
Yeah,
no, bro,
okay.
you're not
Yeah.
there during those hours. You're
No,
with
me.
Mary.
No, me.
You're with Mary.
That's fine. I got
Okay,
some
so
photos
so I've done this flower thing, so now I want to go blow off some steam by lifting heavy shit.
So you're going to Omar's gym?
I'll go to the gym.
So as you get over there, actually, before we do that, can you give me? Fuck it. Just a natural, like just an ability check. Give me. Do I want an ability check? Do I want a survival? Just give me a 20. Just give me a d20.
I got a 19.
Got a 19. Perfect. Okay. All right. So it's good news, I guess. So, all right. As you're crossing over from Dumbra's district over to Amal's district, you see this like slender kid running towards you, and you start to recognize him, and he's one of the corner boys in your district, and you're confused because they usually aren't out of the district. And he goes like, Base.
Hey, calm down. What?
Remind me of who your confidants are.
Only have the 3 runners. That's really it.
The 3 runners? Yeah. Okay. So he's probably one of them in here.
Probably one of them. Probably the youngest one, I would say, if he's just straight up running at me.
Yeah. Base. I don't know what's going on, but the boss man wants to see you at some point today.
Okay, I'll be there.
This gives you an opportunity to go to Amal's gym if you still want to, or you can go there now.
I still want to. I just want to stop by
Amal's gym,
Yeah.
or
Amal's gym, and then after that, I'll
Okay.
book it to the big
Cool.
boss man.
A lower score would have gotten you something more direct than that. So the 19 gave you more time.
Okay.
So there you go. You make it to Amal's district. As you roll up the street to where the only part of this essentially, like, it's a meadow, but it's a depressed meadow. Like, it's not really a valley. I would describe Kafir as more of like a legitimate valley. Kahf used to be an actual, like, one of those caves in Mexico where there's a lake inside of it. It used to be one of those, but it's like over time it's dried out and kind of the roof has dissipated into it. But where Amal lives is more like hill country, almost like meadow hills, like Sound of the Music type of hills. And so where the only elevation, that like one of the higher elevations in the area are, you see Amal's gym. And in there, you see him walking down with this lady again. This lady that you saw that had all those government people around her. And they're talking, and you see them in very intense conversation.
Is this a good time to bring up I can read lips?
Yeah, sure. Do you have to roll for it, or is it just a thing?
Let me see. I have.
Perception. No.
So it's observant. Increase your intelligence or wisdom score by 1. If you can see a creature's mouth while it is speaking a language you understand, you can interpret what it's saying by reading its lips. You have a +5 bonus to your passive perception and passive investigation scores.
Okay, then I don't need to give you like a perception check to roll. What you see is the conversation that we basically role played a second ago, where she keeps mentioning that there is a thing, that there is a truth out there, that something will reveal the past, and how excited she is to go to the auction houses. And Amal, you see him kind of struggling to find her a new name, a new first name. And like coming up with next chapter, it is genuinely a beautiful.
Do you
first
speak
name.
Sylvan?
But you don't. Yeah, I don't think
I
you
don't speak Sylvan.
understand
You don't
the
know
word.
what the name is.
No.
But he sees you like doing the thing where it's like book, chapter, cover. He sees you doing that, and then as y'all walking away, she's like excitedly talking about all these auction houses and the history and stuff like that. So, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna wait until their conversation is over and she leaves, so I can just go to them all.
I'll say that Amal
One-on-one.
has another class, and he kind of leaves Miyako with
It's like
Kinsey.
you're gonna have your. Yeah, Kinsey's gonna show you a little bit more about our history, a bit more. You like the books.
Yeah. I can do that.
Kinsey's gonna pick your brain so good.
Yeah, let's go. I'll
like
show you
16.
all the coolest stuff in the horror. Yeah, and Amal walks back to the gym. He's retaping his arms and kind of getting. Are you waiting for him inside of the gym base?
Just in the doorway, because since I got called over, I got to get out of there. But I wanted to just hand him, just say, Ma. So for some reason, Dombra sent me to the florist. Here's a succulent. I got to go. But in the succulent, I left a note. And the note said, those 3 guards you don't have to worry about. And I just leave.
Do you read the note immediately?
Immediately. As he's like walking out, I like am observing the succulent, and then I notice the note. Open up the note,
Do you run out
and
the
then
door?
then it's track star time. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Base, give me an athletics check.
I'm a remarkable athlete.
You might not be able
A
to
10.
do okay.
I will roll.
Give me an acrobatics check, Gio, because I need to see how fast your reflexes are.
Acrobatics. Okay. Fuck. And I, for some reason, I don't have inspiration. So 7.
I'm sorry. I'm
I
sorry.
don't know. I don't know where inspiration came from. I don't know why I don't have it.
Because he got a nat 20 and his part of the operation went well. You have to win the mini games. Somebody needs to.
So does he just completely miss me?
Yeah. If his roll is that
Like I don't
bad.
even see them at all.
I mean, you're sneaky.
No,
Base
you
is sneaky. No matter how
you
fast
see
you
him,
run
but
toward
he's
him.
like a fars away out and like kind of dips behind.
I want to try to chunk this shit.
Chuck
No,
the
he already
succulent.
missed though. He already
Just
missed
Nah,
this shit.
he's too far for you to get him. I'm sorry.
And I just yell back, "No half measures them all."
Oh no, I don't hear that because they're so far away that I can't throw anything, so I don't hear it.
I'm proud of y'all for maintaining your status, by the way. I thought Dumbro was going to lose his status. I came at him pretty strong.
You did.
So, yeah. I'm tempted
Mary
with
Jane
base
twins?
thing because it's a little aggro, but hey, he got away with it. You know what I'm
Jane's old
saying?
as hell. It's midnight. We gotta end soon.
Yeah, I'm
Like
so
very,
sorry.
like we
Please.
should have ended probably like an hour ago.
I'm so sorry. So sorry. There's a lot going on. Okay,
There's a
There
lot
is.
going on.
Base. Are you heading to the broker?
Yep, headed to the broker.
Explain to me how you get to the broker.
Walker carriage.
Yeah, but like, is it like a tunnel somewhere? Is it like a secret underground club? Is it?
Oh no, this broker is like open. Like he's a legitimate business actually. He's
Oh, okay.
legitimate in the eyes of people. It's kind of
So
like
you're going
Dumbro
to
in a
the
way.
zoo.
He has a legitimate business going on, but underneath he's finding all that's the underground
I
shit.
really want to make you do a bunch of survival checks because you're going from Geo's district all the way to the sewer. That is like about 2 or 3 districts, but it's too late. So we'll say you got through all of that. Okay.
Nice.
So you walk into an office building. When you walk into that office building, are you base or are you just walking in as the normal you into this office building?
Yeah.
Okay. So
His-
this is
his
one of those like
clientele comes
80s
from everywhere.
Yakuza. Yeah, so
So.
this is one of those like 80s Yakuza office buildings.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty
cool.
much.
All right. Okay. Okay. I don't think I'm suave, so we'll see if I can do suave. Okay. Let's see. Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah, you come into the office and there's this very sweet secretary and it's like, "Hello. Well, how can I help you today?"
Hi, Linda. Back again to see well, you know who.
All right, let me check the appointment list. I see you, Mr. Base. If you go down the corridor as usual and wait in the chair, they'll come and get you.
Thank you, Linda.
She waves back. She's very animated for some reason. But yeah, you sit at the end of this long hallway where there's this door. There's this like wooden, like one of those like thick, heavy wooden Aladdin fucking doors. And you're sitting in front of it, and the door opens, and then these 2 burly ass motherfuckers, like Kimbo Slice looking motherfuckers, they just roll up on the outside, and they're just like big size, like they're huge, massive, and they're like, and one of them goes like, "Base," and they gesture for you. Sorry. They gesture for you to.
Danny, Bobby, thanks.
And you see him. Here's the broker sitting. Base, how are you doing today?
I was doing better before you summoned me. It's usually never good when you summon me.
I mean, Base, this new business venture of yours has been the talk of the town, really.
You know I
You
don't
and
read
your new
papers.
career. I mean, you know what part of town I'm talking about. No papers make it there, but I know everything about it. Seems like your new crew and y'all are getting real chummy and real, real audacious.
Audacious how?
I mean, 3 lost souls out at sea with no lighthouse. Sometimes boats tip over, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes, you know, sometimes people just get lost at sea.
That is true. That is true. And I wonder how far you want to take this little sailboat of yours before karma strikes back.
Karma. Would you want your whole operation if somebody saw us to go up in flames? I was just trying to protect it.
Base, sweetheart, I wonder if I ever had this problem if it wasn't for you and your little crew running around trying to make a name for yourself.
Now, wait. How much money have you made from us?
I mean, the change is nice, but I mean, there are safer
And
business
it's
ventures
so
out there.
easy. All you have to do is look in your little, your little book,
No, Base.
call that number. It's so easy. It's pure profit for you.
Base. You're an investment of mine. You're an investment. I let you run around and do whatever you want in this city.
And I'm making sure I don't end up in town square, if you know what I mean.
Town Square can be a dangerous spot for somebody like you, but maybe not for your friends. Your
No, they're
friends
a
with
little they're a
their
little
other friends.
higher popularity, I would say.
Uh-huh. You're like high profile now? Is that what we're doing?
I'm not. I don't know about the other two. Don Bro keeps it low key.
Does he?
Maul's got
Does
too
he?
many eyes sometimes.
Does Dombra keep it low key, or do you have a little bit of blinders? We all saw the show he put on for everybody, right next to where you were supposed to hit.
I was keeping eyes on him. That was a complete accident. What happened with that? Don Bro would even tell you that.
Maybe
You think he wanted to be on that float?
Hey, maybe this man shouldn't be underground, and maybe he should be on some second or third floor at a retirement home. Huh?
This is the man who raised me, so you have to remember that.
Base, I remember who you were. I remember that scared little child who didn't know his head from his toes. Mommy and Daddy did not want him. Just because Dumbra was nice to you on occasion, let you stay in his little house, don't mean that the people who really raised you don't get what they're owed.
Do you not like the cut? I can cut you more.
Base,
That's not a problem.
Base, I just worry about you, son. I just worry about you. You have a bright future. Look at my runners out there. Look at what they're doing. Keeping their head down, doing what I'm asking them to do. What are you trying to do here? kid, what are you trying to do? Are you trying to become bigger than what you're supposed to be?
What I'm supposed to be.
I apologize, Base. I'm sorry. I got a little emotional. I know. You don't run with my crew. I don't own you. We have a business venture. But I see you as a youngin'. You remind me of myself. Hey, you think my mommy and my daddy wanted me? No, they didn't. You think anybody wanted to help me out? You think I didn't see these fat cats out here swimming in their status and their prestige, and it didn't leave me with a little bit of flavor, with a little bit of chip, with a little bit of spice, venom in my throat? But you gotta be careful, Base. You start running with high rollers when you don't have the leverage that high rollers have, and when they're in trouble and heads have to roll. I don't know if either of them are willing to take that knife for you.
Luckily, I got my own knives.
I like that spirit. I always like that spirit. All right, just for that, because ain't nobody intimidating this boy right here. And he looks at his like two gigantic like goons right behind him. All right, guys. All right. Okay. I like what your crew's doing, to be honest. A little more subtlety, a little less.
It was a bit
aggression.
messy. That was my bad. I mean,
It's okay.
I did kind of go full like no eyes.
Yeah.
Could we have knocked them out? Yeah, but knocking them out's never 100%.
Hey, at the end of this week is the biggest collection of the rarest shit this city has ever seen. So, if you want in on some new action, there's
Well,
a guy. All right, there's a guy. If you find him, he runs around in the cities, in the souks, seedier parts, if you know what I mean. But if you can catch him and you can make him sing, I think he can let you spoil the surprise for the city's centennial celebration.
Can I do an insight check?
Yeah, go for it.
14.
14 is not bad. The broker, you feel like the broker wants something, but you're not 100% sure what it is, why they're interested in this guy and what this guy knows. But there is information to be had. You just know that this guy is somehow important, and I don't know if it came across well enough, but he is trying to downplay how important this guy is. And he's trying to make it seem like he's just like more information. If you find the guy, his name is Georgie.
Got a
If you find-
description?
Georgie's kind of famous around them parts.
Okay.
Find him. Hey, talk to him. Get some info out of him. You see what he knows and what he doesn't know about whatever it is. And maybe we can make some new business. You know what I mean?
I think we can do that.
All right. And yeah, you'll gain one knowledge out of that. Hey, but Bates, buddy, watch your back, your front, and your side. nobody in this town is going to be your friend unless you got something on them or they got something on you.
Heard that. I'll be seeing you. And I'll try to keep the desk to a minimum.
Mm-hmm. Take care, base. And he turns around in his chair and looks out the window. You know, bullshit, I guess. Sorry, I made you a broker, more of a criminal boss. But he doesn't like you killing people or any of that. He wants information.
It's totally bad for business, I'm sure.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm surprised Donbra hasn't come out and just fucking said that.
Yeah. Dumbra apparently wants to participate in this murder business.
No. I'm dealing with stuff. I'm a little off.
I mean, Dombra fully said, "Hey, look, just a couple." Okay,
Donbra just changed
Dombra
medication.
Said, just a couple, not too many, just a few.
I'm changing a couple. Dombra's changing a couple things in his life. Okay.
Yeah, Dombra is dealing with fibromyalgia right now.
Yeah, I'm going through my.
I do have
late life crisis right now. Okay.
I do have a question. How long has Donbra been praying to Baby Bess? Is this like a new kind of thing?
It's not.
Okay.
It's very important to his culture.
It is. Yeah.
And okay, so now that we've gone through your days and all of that, y'all have pieces of information that y'all can put together. But for the wrap up scene, it goes and just I don't know, for the fuck of it. Can you give me a perception check, Gio?
Okay. Perception check. Okay. It's gonna be on advantage because I have my shield.
Mm-hmm.
And so that is a 18 is the higher number.
Perfect. Well, okay. As you're going to bed at the end of the night, you pass by Miyako's room and you kind of hear her through the door. And she's kind of saying, in this city, underneath all their rubble and their fallen backs, the truth is there. And the truth is something that I will find at the end of the centennial. And she's like praying. She's saying it in kind of like a hum, like she's praying it. And the truth will be revealed to me like another day. And I will truly, truly have my next chapter. But I gotta find somebody who'll help me. And you hear that, and as Miyako is praying, we cut to the grand auction house. It is gigantic. And in front of it stands two people, and they're having a conversation. This is important. Once this happens, we will solidify the expedition. And at that point, we will be unconquerable. We will be unbreakable, unshakable, because we own the past. And the other guy goes, and that is for the ulama. And the scene cuts. That's it. That's the end. Thank you all so much. I'm so sorry for how long this ran. I apologize. But yeah, it was just interesting to see everyone kind of role play their days and what they wanted to do. Okay.
And Amal's name means unconquered, motherfucker. I'm coming for you. You ain't getting that shit. It's ours. Oh.
Yeah. And yeah, I'm AKL Moomin. I feel like we should do outros really quickly. So I'm AKL Moomin. Thank you so much for watching.
Geo, Media Martyr 17, MEDIAMARTYR17. Yeah.
Brad.
Brad at thenerdcore.com. and at Random Germ 101.
Marcel, daily
Marcel,
affirmations
here.
or joke? Joke.
No,
Give
no,
us
no,
a
no,
joke.
no, no. We're doing daily affirmations because we
Yeah.
went long. We're going long. We're doing the thing. No half measures.
Facts, facts, facts. This has been the City of Tomorrow, y'all. We will see y'all, I guess, is it next week?
Oh,
Or-
what was that?
Is it next week? When are we going to see them again? Gio?
I mean, you tell me. I guess we could talk about this off air.
Yeah. We
Yeah.
can.
All right.
Maybe
Good
tomorrow.
night, y'all.
Decided that yet.
Bye-bye. 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 We're ending now.